Have you ever met someone who not only can help you on a deep spiritual level, but also potentially change your life? Refined Divine is an extremely gifted psychic medium who travels the nation and lives right here in the Midwest. And she offers mediumship, mentorship, house and business parties, energy healing, palm readings, and so much more. Refined Divine has helped thousands, and she can help you.
Hi, this is Psychic Medium Deb. I cannot wait to hear from you. You can go to refineddivinepsychic.com.
When was the last time you had your roof inspected for extreme weather and hail damage? This is Chad, owner of AM 950, to talk about the exterior construction company I trust, Snap Construction. If you've noticed new roofing projects in your neighborhood, your home was likely hit by hail last summer and experienced damage. Snap Construction is helping homeowners like you, and they're the roofing specialists I trust. They are the most well-reviewed contractor in the Twin Cities and have a ton of positive customer reviews from homeowners just like you. Even better, Snap Construction's installations are backed by a lifetime warranty, so you know you're dealing with a qualified roofing expert. You want to work with a company that will be here for a long time after the work is done. Snap Construction has handled thousands of claims and will help you through the process. Do yourself a favor and get a free roofing inspection so you have the facts and peace of mind you deserve. Call Snap Construction today at 612-333-SNAP. That's 612-333-SNAP. Or visit snapconstruction.com.
With your AM 950 weather, I'm Patrick Lilia. Tonight, rain possible with a low of 38, and Saturday, cloudy with a high of 45. Chef Carrie's always got something new and exciting cooking at Nightingale in South Minneapolis on the corner of 26th and Lyndale. Don't miss out on the famous Nightingale burger and fries, or be more adventurous with the duck pastrami Reuben. View their menu or place a takeout order at nightingalemPLS.com.
Portions of the following program may be pre-recorded.
The views expressed and the opinions given by the individual host, guest, random reptoid, or chupacabra may not necessarily reflect those of AM 950 Radio, its affiliates, or its sponsors. Now, it's time to step into the unknown. There are things people experience but never talk about. A shadow moving in the corner, flickering of the lights, a disembodied voice. We invite you to talk with us. Share your story, share your experience, because this isn't just your story, this is our story. This is GhostBox Radio with Greg Bakun.
And this is GhostBox Radio on AM 950, where every night we talk about the paranormal, ufology, Bigfoot, and so much more. My name is Greg Bakun. Happy Halloween, everybody. How awesome is it that it's Halloween 2025? And tonight, folks, we are live from the Pillsbury Club in Minneapolis, the home of the Minneapolis Trolley Tours. I am in a back room over on the main floor, but I kind of have this fortress of monitors and speakers, so maybe people can't necessarily see me, and that's okay. You don't need to see me, but come on out to hear us. All you need to do is come on out to the mansion, say GhostBox Radio at the door, come join the celebration as we are enjoying our favorite time of the year, and really excited for that as well. Also, I want to say we're on for 4 hours tonight, so I do want to say we are preempting the broadcast with Brad Friedman, the Rick Smith Show, Driving It Home with Patty Vast. I hope you all don't mind. We're going to be a little spooky tonight, and we're going to talk about this beautiful mansion. We talked about it Wednesday, but now we're going to do a paranormal investigation here, and we're going to have some guests join us as well. Meanwhile, in Eden Prairie, we have Adam. How are you doing tonight?
Doing quite well tonight. Favorite night of the year, and it also happens to be a Friday night, which is even better. Happy Halloween. Happy Halloween to you as well.
And you said that you got some hits on the REM pod at the station earlier this evening.
Yep. So around 5 o'clock, I set my REM pod up. And for those of you who are watching on the Facebooks and the YouTubes, you'll see the REM pod is set up here well over to my right. Between 5:19 and 5:55 this evening, that thing went off 6 times. I've also got a digital recorder set up next to it in case anyone wants to come and talk that's here at the studio. And then I have the VIP pod that you got at one of our Casual Fridays not too long ago. I have that one set up on the other side of the studio to see if anyone wants to come and play with that one.
Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah, that's gonna be really good. Actually, we have a number of things going on tonight. First of all, this is a very joyous occasion. This is our night. This is what we're we do this every night, so to speak. But this is where everyone else thinks it's okay for one night to be this way. And give us a call. Let us know what you're doing tonight. 952-946-6205. We're at 952-946-6205. Adam will be more than happy to take your call if you want to tell us what you're doing tonight. Where are you at? What's going on? I also want to let everyone know we have the question of the week. It is Friday after all. And the question of the week tonight is, what are you, your kids, or your friends dressing up as for Halloween? We want to know. Give us a call. Let us know what that is, as well as you can put it in the comments as well. We are streaming live over at GhostBox Radio with Greg Bakun on Facebook, on YouTube. We're streaming over on AM 950 Radio on Facebook and YouTube. And our partners over at URL Radio, we are streaming on their Facebook site tonight as well. Thank you very much, Stacy, for allowing us to do that. They're good partners, they're good friends, and we're already talking about how maybe in 2026 we can join up with Stacy and URL Radio, because Stacy is all about the paranormal as well, and she enjoys going to locations and investigating. They do a number of them in North Dakota, so maybe there's a way that we can all make things work. You know what I mean, Adam?
Well, next year is a Saturday for Halloween.
Oh, yeah.
We can make it out to North Dakota pretty easily on a weekend.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, it's pretty amazing. And I'm really looking forward to that. Now, let's kind of break down a little bit what we're going to see tonight. Tonight, around 7:30, we're going to bring on Wade Kirby. And Wade is part of Nesper, and that's a group that has basically they've just over the last 6 months taken Annabelle out on tour. Annabelle the haunted doll, been around the country, and we're going to have a conversation with him tonight about just everything about that. How did that go? What's that like? What's it like traveling with Annabelle? All that stuff as well. And then around, I don't know, depends on how long Wade wants to stay with us. We're going to do some investigating. We're going to break in here and there to show what we're doing with investigations and whatnot in different parts of the house. In a second, I'm going to show you where we are. This is why, if you're listening on the radio, once again, as always, thank you very much. You may want to see some of these amazing locations as we have rooms set up with night vision cameras. And we are basically just kind of going to do some investigating tonight as well. You know what it's like, Adam, give it the old college try with the spirit box or whatever else we want to do.
Yeah. And who knows what we might end up catching tonight. And of course, we've got the recorders going. So if we hear anything that, comes through that you guys don't hear, we'll obviously have it cut up and to play back next week for everyone if we catch anything audio.
Absolutely. There's always plenty going on here. And let's see here. Where do we want to go? I think I want to show off, and we're going to probably do this again. We had Chad was kind enough to walk through on Wednesday with a camera, and we were kind of doing a walkthrough of this beautiful mansion. Once again, the mansion is called the Pillsbury Club. It is owned by Minneapolis Trolley Tours, who sponsors for tonight's radio event. Can we call it an event, Adam? Is that being too dramatic? I think it's an event.
I prefer spooktacular, but event works just as well.
Well, and you got to think too that when anything over an hour, maybe anything over 2 hours is truly an event, because it's 4 hours. It's 4 hours of you and me. Thank God we have other people to join in. Otherwise, that might be a little much. So Minneapolis Trolley Tours, they're doing tours all night. But beyond tonight, they have a lot of other tours beyond just the candlelight ghost tours. There's so much. And you said, Adam, what was it? A murder mystery tour that you took?
Yeah, the true crime tour. And the cool thing about that one is they're telling you the entire time about a mystery or a crime, and everyone on the tour gets to try and figure out who did it. It's kind of like a clue or a who done it in real time. And only 2 people have ever solved it so far. So I wasn't one of them, unfortunately, but it's something, it is something that if you like history at all as well, that true crime tour also dives into a lot of the Minneapolis history, and it is so fascinating.
That's the thing I love about everything that Norman and John does. It really ties into Minneapolis. And one of the things that we found out on Wednesday when we did the show from here was Chuck in the comments is like, it was the butler. Oh!
It's always the butler.
It's always the butler that did it. On Wednesday's show, we found out that they have a lot of amazing, fun new merch here. And we're actually going through it after the show on Wednesday night. But a lot of this is actually Minneapolis, Minnesota based. And they have always been such an incredible part. You know, they've been a real support of Minnesota that I just find this to be so much fun that we get these wonderful people. I've ran into somebody tonight from Milwaukee, and she was like, paranormal, I'm all about that. And she's like, can I join you guys on the investigation? And we're like, not tonight, but maybe there's a point that we can make something work. But she was down here for Purple Rain.
Oh, so, yeah, the musical, yeah.
Yeah, so, it's just, it's so much fun to be a Minnesotan. And tonight, there's so much good stuff going on around here, and we're part of it. I also want to remind folks that over in Stillwater tonight, going on right now, is the Witches Ball that Witch Jody is putting on. And tonight's ball benefits Chris, who is the owner of the Tilted Tiki, who's been a good supporter of ours and friend for quite some time. Unfortunately, he has brain cancer. So we want to make sure that if we can find, and we asked for one, we don't have one yet. If we can find a GoFundMe for him, we will pass that along because, there's nothing worse. And such a good person. I remember, Adam, the first time, this is our third live night of Halloween broadcasting, but I remember the first one at the Grand Garage in Stillwater. And Chris was like, well, I'm not going to be able to stay because I got to take my grandchildren out for trick or treat. After the show, which was at that point, it wasn't a full 4 hours. It was 3 hours. After the show, I saw Chris. I'm like, I thought you're taking your grandkids out for trick or treating. He's like, this was too interesting. I didn't want to leave.
That's awesome.
So yeah, that was really fun. That was a good night. And last year we were at the 300 Clifton, and that was a good night. So we're really excited. Do you want to see the rooms that we're going to go into tonight?
I think that'd be great because I would like to see what we didn't see from the intern the other night.
Right, exactly. So what we have here is this is upstairs, and I'm going to make this full screen. And this is just a hallway that is this is just a hallway that is on the 3rd floor, and we are looking down, and we're not quite sure what that room is at the very end down there. Okay, but we have, as you can see, we have the tripwire there, and I see Liz and Char have joined, and I don't know if you two are on the main floor, or if you're on the 3rd floor, because if you're on the 3rd floor, why don't you give us a little walk around, and if not, that's fine too. But isn't that cool, Adam? I think that's really neat.
That's neat. But my question is, what's the little side door there to the right? What is that?
Well, I don't know, but Liz said that she was going to come out of it at some point during the night. So that's, truly something to look forward to.
And thanks for the warning in case I happen to look over and all of a sudden see the door open. Thank you.
I don't think hardly any human, with the exception of Norman, who is one of the owners of this place, can fit in there. Quite frankly, if I were to be very honest, I certainly know that there ain't no way I'm getting in that. I
would look like Winnie the Pooh. I really would.
Exactly. Just our heads. I don't think our heads could even fit in that thing.
Not with my inflated ego.
And for folks who are listening on the radio, we're looking down a hallway on the 3rd floor of the Pillsbury Club. And what that is basically is I think this is the whole area where the servants had lived. Like there's a lot of rooms, and they probably either doubled or tripled up during their time up there. And there's the stairway that goes down in the back, and it's very classic, sort of a servant sort of area in the house. That's my guess, at least.
That's most likely what it is, especially because when Chad was going through the room on Wednesday night, for those of you who were able to join us, there were some massive rooms. And then, he got up there and it was very much smaller rooms. One of them had this weird computer chair in it that I could have swore was going to start spinning.
Well, and so the thing is one of our cameras already went out on the second floor. So maybe during the hour break, I might run up there and see if we can get it back or not, or if Shar or Liz can have a chance to get it back. But, and that's, we explained this last year. That's one of the things that happened during these broadcasts is like, we're taking a lot of bandwidth here. So stuff is often not going to, might go away. And we were having problems early on. Do you want to see the second room?
Yeah, let's go with that one.
Let's do it. Right. So here is the second room. And this is, folks, this is on the third floor. I mean, this is insane that this is on the third floor, and it's so massive. It's almost like I thought of it like I don't know, like a quarter court for basketball or something. Kind of almost has like a gym, like a gym floor or something like that. And so I don't know. It's pretty cool, actually. What do you think of that room, huh?
Okay, for that to be on the third, does that take up the entire third floor, or there's
absolutely not? No, because just going out the door, you're going to see that hallway that we were just on.
Oh, okay, man, that is massive.
It is really, really big, and so this is the room that they talk about how there is a lot of activity up here, and that activity is basically sometime when they were renovating this place, they had this situation where at least one person quit while working up there just this year because it was too much for them.
You always hear stories about that during renovations. It always feels like renovations kick up a lot of activity.
They do. They absolutely do. And, that's always the thing that people want to, they forget about. And so that's what happened. And, as we talked about, and you mentioned on Wednesday, the interior of the building is older than the exterior, which is pretty crazy. I mean, the interior goes back to, like you said, finished in 1914, and the interior, a lot of it, not necessarily this room, but a lot of it that Chad had walked through on Wednesday was all imported from manor homes and mansions and castles in the UK as well as in Scotland.
And the inside is just this Gothic masterpiece.
Right.
And the outside, it looks like a Gothic masterpiece as well. But what to me is amazing is once you go through that threshold, the interior is in some places 500 years older than the exterior. I absolutely love that.
Absolutely. For a minute, I thought we might have had the other one back up, and I know that Shar and Liz are working on that. Oh, there we are. So let me get up to there real fast. So you can see Shar and Liz, and thank you, Shar and Liz, for everything you're doing. This is now on the second floor. And it's shaky. It's shaky at best. So you can see that the video quality isn't that great in there.
Yeah. And was that the study area you guys were talking about on Wednesday night?
I am not sure. Chad, do you know what room that is?
I think it was the bedroom, but it's got a fireplace. I think it was like the master.
So one of the master rooms.
Oh, right on.
And we lost it, but that's okay. Yeah, and if you may have noticed, there's like chairs set up like a seance, and I guess that's what Chad did. He set those up. I don't know if he's going to do a seance later or not. So
we'll send the intern up there by himself to do it.
So why don't we do this? I know we got to get to a break here. We're going to get to a break. We're going to come back, talk a little bit more, bring on Wade. So we got a lot going on here. Once again, folks, I want to say this is a night for all of us. So if you would like to call in, 952-946-6205, 952-946-6205, or put whatever you want in the comments. We're here. It's going to be a fun night. We have some investigation. We have Wade Kirby, and we have Psychic Medium Refined Divine coming up here. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to GhostBox Radio on AM 950.
This job requires a leader to do what's right. It starts by telling the truth and being honest about the problems that we're facing. Mayor Fry has been honest about sharing real solutions. Senator Fateh, not so sure. Mayor Fry is committed to restoring the city's vitality. Minneapolis needs sound, steady, and honest leadership. That's Jacob Fry.
This independent expenditure is paid for by all of Minneapolis. It is not coordinated with or approved by any candidate, nor is any candidate responsible for it.
We've all seen the effects of wood smoke pollution this year, so before hosting that backyard bonfire, follow these simple tips to protect yourself, others, and the environment. Remember to give your neighbors a heads up before building a fire so those who find wood smoke bothersome can close their windows. Make sure to never burn wet or recently cut wood, other yard waste, plastic, or garbage. These things can be toxic when burned and create excess smoke. For more tips on how to burn responsibly, visit epa.gov/burnwise.
Twin Cities Con returns to the Minneapolis Convention Center for their 5th year, November 7th through the 9th. Twin Cities Con is a celebration of comics, toys, TV, film, art, cosplay, games, and all things nerdy. There's nothing like Twin Cities Con. It's also a family-friendly event where you can meet your favorite celebrities, browse the vendor hall and artist alley for the coolest merch, watch celebrity Q&As, and even more. Twin Cities Con is bigger and better than before. Come see from the Star Wars universe Ahmad Best, Rosario Dawson, and Giancarlo Esposito, Brendan Fraser, and the cast of The Mummy, WWE Wrestling Hall of Famers Sting and Mick Foley, and the voice actors from the hit Disney series Phineas and Ferb, plus more guests to be announced. 3 days of action-packed fun in the heart of Minneapolis at the Minneapolis Convention Center. Tickets start at $50. Kids' tickets are just $10 for the entire weekend. VIP tickets also available, including a 3-day weekend pass, plus some really cool VIP perks. More guests will be announced. Buy your tickets and get more information at TwinCitiesCon.com.
And welcome back to our very special Halloween broadcast live from the Pillsbury Club, the home of the Minneapolis Trolley Tours. Happy Halloween, everybody. It's time to be spooky for a few hours before we go into November, and we have a lot of stuff coming on. I have to apologize. Adam, I did one of those things that I hate. It's like right before we come back, I put some food in my mouth, and you know how that goes. That's
Yeah, I noticed that. It's like, oh, we went back as he was devouring his fun-size Snickers.
Yeah, no, I had they brought Chad and Angie brought some pizza and stuff, and it's very good. And of course, I'm trying to eat it as we come back, because I'm a pig. I mean, let's be honest here, and I like to eat food. So and I see people around, and they're looking at me like, "What are you?" And you're more than welcome to come and listen. We're doing a radio show, a paranormal radio show on Halloween. What could be better? I don't know. Once again, I have a wall of monitors and speakers in front of me, so I can't see if there's any, like, how many people are there. Maybe nobody else. So that's how that works, Adam.
Well, we've got the wall of monitors, so of course that's going to bring people in. But then as soon as they see the gremlin behind the monitors,
we'll
get their scare.
So you're saying I should take you off the screen, is basically?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
That's why I shaved, so people didn't have to look at my beard for 4 hours.
Right. Let's see here. Let's see. Liz and Char, they said they're on the second floor, which we can't see, and she said it said alien. What said alien? Could you let us know what said alien? Was it the obelisk? Was there a spirit box that you're doing, or did some entity come to them and say alien? That's kind of cool, though, isn't it?
That's very cool.
Yeah. And of course, what's odd about that, and I'm not about conspiracy theories or anything, is that that's the one camera that we cannot get.
Not only does that go into a conspiracy theory, but honestly, that actually makes sense, because that was the camera that was up first and rolling just fine. Now can't keep a connection.
It was the first one that we added. Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. And let's see. They try to add it again. Let's see here, because I know that Chad went up to try to get the Wi-Fi, like a different Wi-Fi going. Let's get it up there. Okay, look at that. There it is.
Hey.
There it is. So it's looking good. That's for sure. Yep, we see ya. We see ya. That's looking really nice. Really. Oop! I thought I saw an orb actually.
Okay, I wasn't sure what flashed, but yeah, that works.
But you saw something flash.
Yeah.
Now the thing is like, once again, that's a really good signal actually. The thing is that we are, this is once again John and Norman. Nothing is dirty in this place. It's all ridiculously clean. So this is very much like, if something flies in front of the camera, I don't want to say, oh, it's obviously an orb, but it does make you think a little bit, because it's very, very much clear that way. So,
yeah, it really, really does. But much like with the 300 Clifton last year, yeah, there is, John and Norman leave no dust around anywhere.
No, they don't. They absolutely do not. So right now, I am very happy to bring us Wade Kirby, and Wade is is part of Nesper, and he has just spent a great deal of time going around the country with a haunted doll some of you may have heard of called Annabelle. And we are, just wanted to catch up with him, have a conversation tonight. And Wade, first of all, thank you for taking time out on your Halloween. Happy Halloween. How are you doing tonight, Wade?
I'm delighted to be here. Thanks. It's nice to finally meet you.
Right. No, I know we've been talking about it for a long time, and then you took a tour around the country with haunted material. And I mean, some people just like to go on a cruise, but you decide to for vacation, but you just tend to take everything and just kind of go place to place. How long was this tour? Because the tour with Annabelle and the other Warren Museum stuff, that's all done now, right?
That's all done now, and this was all arranged almost 2 years ago with Tony, Judy, and Dan and Chris, and we arranged this. We went to many locations, basically, especially in the past year. We would check in, and I would tell the clerk after they gave us the keys. I'd say, into a hotel, I'd say, "Where are we? What city is this?" It all runs together, as you probably know. But it was a great experience, and the people couldn't have been nicer. There are a lot of procedures that go into such a traveling with such items. Do you know that we were in Houston driving through to San Antonio to do an event with Ryan Buell there with him? And we got alerts that there was a tornado. We're in the middle of traffic in the 6-lane highway, and it said immediately access shelter. In the back of us, literally 2 to 3 feet away in the van, was the Shadow Doll and Annabelle, etc. What could go wrong? But certainly we hunkered down in a parking lot between 2 buildings. And it was quite an event. The van was rocking, and we didn't know, but we went afterwards. We're driving out back to get back on the road, and no power where we are in Houston, etc. In fact, the next day they told everyone to hunker down, don't go to work, because we need to assess the city. My point is, as we drove around the back of the building that shielded us, literally 90% of those business windows were shattered.
Oh my
So
goodness.
I mean, that's just one thing. We also had, and not to tease your audience, but that's what I'm going to do. We have had new phenomena from one of the dolls, for example. And let's just say I'm not able to speak on it right now fully in detail yet at this point, but the phenomena has never been recorded based on Google and Wikipedia. It's never been recorded before, never experienced by the Warrens, who own this item for many, many, many decades.
Right.
But it's new phenomena. It's stronger. It's much. People always say, "Is the doll still active?" It's far more active now than it has been. 20 years ago, it would raise its head or blink an eye in a photograph. That was back then. Now it is targeted and premeditated, thought out, and very aggressive. And I personally, it's done some bad things to me recently, and I don't. I respect, but I don't.
Condone
I
it.
don't like that
No.
doll, and I don't mention its name. But
No.
yes, it's still active. A lot of the items are active. They're conscious, aware. You can put an obelisk or a ghost box up to them, and they will respond back to you. Even just last night, we had phenomena going off where not only were names spoken in a ghost box, but also lights would change color in the museum, for example. And we would move it back to the original color we wanted. And on video, it would change back on cue, usually within 35 to 45 seconds. So yes, they're active. They know we're there, etc. And traveling with them requires 24-hour presence. You can't leave that doll, and you all know who I mean, alone. You can't. In other words, even in the hotel room, if we bring it in for security reasons, it has to be more than one person because of the new phenomena to be safe and witness and make sure the other person's okay. You have to have a buddy system, so to speak, with that thing. But yeah, it's very active, and traveling around the country there's many stories, many occasions, and yet at the same time, the nicest people in the world that we were glad to meet.
Absolutely. Now, Wade, as we talk, I want to, because we're doing, as you know, we're doing a live investigation as well.
Right.
And as you talk, I got word that up on the third floor right now, Liz and Shar are getting some kind of activity up there, and I don't know I don't know if they can hear us, Shar and Liz. I don't know. Can you hear? Okay. What? You're muted on your end. Do I add? I don't know how we can hear you talk about what you've been getting. That one might be hard to get the audio back up, and I don't know if we just do it through your other. We add you to your other Liz and Shar stream on StreamYard. All right.
Can you hear us now?
Oh my goodness! Yeah, you're. Let me. Okay, let's hear what you have going on. You might be echoing a little bit, but we might have to deal with that. What's happening up there?
We had this huge cold wave come in, and somebody came up behind me and touched me, and on the spirit box thing here it said, "I'm right behind you."
I can hear you, but you're kind of echoey actually at the moment. We just saw an orb. Wade and Adam, did you see the orb come through the screen?
Yeah, I saw that. Before we went live and you guys had set up a camera, I thought I had seen a light streak like that similar before when we were checking, but I wasn't 100% sure. That verifies it.
Yeah, that was something. I don't know. Wade, did you see that by chance?
No, I'm reading. I'm doing what's called reading the room now.
Okay.
There is a presence
Oh,
there.
another one just went by.
The other one just went through.
Did you see that?
There is a presence there. Most likely, I'm feeling a male.
Shar's agreeing, because Shar's also a psychic medium. What else are you getting, Wade?
Let's see. That presence is territorial. It's related to the location.
Another one just came through. And Annette says she saw 2 more.
Whose face is this? Can you tell me your name? You're big. Who's the big presence in this room? Who are you? You're intelligent. Yes, I know that.
I think they're using an ovilus.
It did say my name earlier too before it started.
Oh, wow. Wow.
I want to speak to the gentleman that's coming through the big energy. What is your name? Can you describe something in this room? Tell me what this room is used for.
All right, Shar. I'm gonna quickly go back to Wade here, and during the commercial break, we're gonna put you on the screen during the commercial break. But Wade, you know, I appreciate you being cool with us kind of cutting in and out to the investigation.
Oh, it's for me, it's endlessly fascinating. I was going to say it's a male presence. It's territorial. It's been there long. He's been there a long time. I was going to ask if the ladies would ask what year is it for that gentleman.
Okay, I will send them a text to see if they can ask that. Annette asked, Greg, can you repeat what's said? And honestly, I'm not hearing very well what's being said, and that's because the echo is because the room is so big, and that's just kind of how it works. But we'll try to do a rundown later, Annette, and I appreciate you asking. Why don't we go ahead and do this? Let's take our next break. When we come back, we're going to continue this conversation with Wade. We're going to check in with Shar and Liz on the 3rd floor, and we're going to continue our investigation. This is a lot of fun. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to GhostBox Radio on AM 950.
I'm Marcus Jones. I'm a Minneapolis firefighter, just like my father was. Serving my community means leading with integrity and putting the community above myself. I don't trust Omar Fateh to lead the city as mayor. His state Senate campaign committed voter fraud. He's proposed corrupt legislation to benefit himself. Look it up. I was shocked at what I saw. We deserve leaders who are honest and lead with integrity, not Omar Fateh.
This independent expenditure is paid for by all of Minneapolis. It is not coordinated with or approved by any candidate, nor is any candidate responsible for it.
Hey, it's Patrick for Zero Res. October is here, so Halloween is right around the corner. And if you're thinking of having a horror movie marathon with friends, you better make sure your home doesn't look like something out of one of those movies. Don't ghost your carpet this fall. My cleaning heroes at Zero Res can help get all those spooky smells and creepy stains out of your home. Carpet, tile, rugs, upholstery, hardwood, any surface in your home can be Zero Resified. Right now, you can get your entire home Zero Resified from Minnesota's ultimate carpet cleaner with 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at just $129. But there's something even scarier than ghosts and goblins hiding in your home, and it's in your air ducts. This month, take 15% off your air duct and dryer vent cleaning service. Don't let a missed deal haunt you. Call 9520-RES or go to ZeroResMinnesota.com today and ask for the AM 950 special. Back order forward spells the same. Zero Res.
Greg Bakun here. Like you, I love good, fresh, delicious food. So I want to tell you about this treasure in Roseville called Maverick's Real Roast Beef. Maverick's has the best roast beef sandwiches I've ever had. Made fresh every order. Add fries or onion rings dropped in the fryer when ordered, and you have a winning combination. Maverick's Real Roast Beef has a lot more than roast beef, so check out their website, mavericksbeef.com, or check out their restaurant on Lexington in Roseville. And welcome back to GhostBox Radio. We are doing a special Halloween episode tonight. 4 hours. We're with you till 11 p.m., well past the time that everyone is in bed from going trick-or-treating. Don't eat too much candy. You got to get up tomorrow morning, and that stuff just kind of sits with you for days. Trust me, I know firsthand. We are doing this fantastic investigation of the Pillsbury Club, the home of Minneapolis Trolley Tours. Once again, check out all the tours that they're doing. That's over at MinneapolisTrolleyTours.com. Please make sure that you check that out, because it's a great way, as Adam said earlier, it's a great way to kind of learn the history of Minneapolis and all the cool stuff about Minneapolis as well. So please check that out. And I was going to, during the break, we've had some people ask what are some of the stuff that's coming through for Shar and Liz. And I know what device they're using. So maybe at the 8 o'clock hour, one of them can come down and maybe just kind of read through some of the responses so that people can hear what was being said, because it's very cool. It's very nice, but it's a bit echoey, and that's to be expected. It's just a huge room. Also with Adam and myself tonight, we are very happy to have a special guest. We have Wade Kirby with us. He is the part of the team Nesper, and they are sort of I would say, I don't know if I could say, Wade, if they're the keepers of Annabelle, but you're all part of the same thing. But it's the Annabelle and the other items are actually owned by the Warrens, correct?
Tony and Judy Spira own the items, whereas, for example, Elton Castay, Ginger, his wife, and Matt Rife, they own the house, the structure of the museum, but the contents are still owned by Tony and Judy, and we maintain them and take good care of their upkeep and preserving them. Yes.
So when you went on tour with the doll and the other items, I be honest, did you have any reservations? Were you feeling pretty good going on a long journey with items like that?
Well, I like the travel. I like meeting the people, but and talking to the people like this. I love that. I live for that. But honestly, after the situation with Dan Rivera, but he would have wanted us to continue, and that's the reason why we did. We went to 3 more. We went to Maine. We went to Kentucky. We went to Illinois, and he would have wanted us to finish out the tour. And to be quite honest, I give a talk in the museum all the time when we travel, and it's exposing the ways of the devil. And Dan would have wanted that. Tony would have wanted that. Mr. Warren, Miss Warren would have wanted that. So I always do that talk, and there are quotes from Mr. Warren, and that I was there when he gave the talk to expose the ways of the devil. The best thing for the devil is for people not to believe it's real. So,
right.
That being said, that's why we continued the tour. But I'm glad that it's over. I believe it should be locked up now, but used as an educational tool. So I'm glad it's in the museum and safe, and we are creating another location so that people can come on a daily basis from around the world, actually, and see these items safely. That's our next project. And tomorrow, ironically, the Warrens' house opens up as an inn the very first day. So we've been working extensively to create that for the past, I'm going to say, 12 weeks. And myself and Rick Clark and Chris Glorin and Ryan Buell have literally spent several months completely going through every box, drawer, cabinet, closet, of the Warrens' home, categorizing, preserving into bins and labeling for the future museum and for the archives, the entire contents of the home. And to pick up energies for when you open a drawer, it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy, but it was an honor and an obligation, if that makes sense. By the way, before I forget, you mentioned twice during the investigation of the orbs. I just want to remind the audience, you can tell it's the difference between dust and orbs. An orb will have a more more structural round body, and some larger than smaller than others and brighter than others. But you can tell you're dealing with an intelligent source, such as an orb, when it will specifically duck under doorways or turn left or right in mid-screen. You can tell there's a consciousness and intelligent with the movement, as opposed to dust will just blow in one direction off the screen or into a overhang, etc. So when you see the orbs in the investigation there, just keep that in mind.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And some of these that came up near the camera, they had such a interesting in interior to them, and that's also something that I look out for. And that was one of the things. It's like you can also tell when it's dust. Obviously dust has a very specific sort of move to it. These were very interesting, but obviously you don't know 100% sometimes, and so, but I think they're worth pointing out. And I haven't seen any more since then as well. So, I saw one right before we went off to break, another thing, but I haven't seen anything else. Whoops, wrong room. There's so many rooms that we're looking at tonight. My goodness. Let's go to this one.
Great show.
Yeah, isn't it cool? I mean, it's really neat how that works. And so were there people part of your team when you went on tour with the doll? Were there people on team that had to kind of have her in the room and you all had to like sleep in the same room with it?
Absolutely. Right now, to be quite honest, the activity, the actions, the phenomena, I should say, of activity that is from that thing now, you can't leave it alone. It's not safe. We always have to have two people with it at all times, or at least one person. You never like if it's 2 hours before the museum opens and the doll's in there, you can't leave. Someone has to always be there in attendance with that thing. So yeah, absolutely. And because of the rooming situation, usually Rick Clark and I would stay together, and we would have like Father Bob. He's a party of one, so we don't want to put the doll in his room because you're one person. So typically it would go with Rick and I. And honestly, quite honestly, and Mr. Warren would like this, there are nights where you do not focus on it. It's in the closet. Of course, it's a big case. It doesn't close all the way, the closet. So it's partly still in the room. We have what's called a relic cloth that goes over it and kind of calms down the energy inside the box and kind of semi puts it to sleep, but not all the way. My point is, it's in the room, but we don't focus on it. We don't give it attention, recognition. We go about our evening, etc. There was one night that something happened in the hotel that was a lot of laughter, a very funny anecdote story. And we got back to the room, totally forgot about the doll's presence there, and laughed and laughed and laughed for 2 hours, and even had another person come in and laugh about the story. And see, the laughter, it hates that. It hates any kind of human joy. So we gave it no recognition whatsoever, and there was no activity that night. Whereas the next night, it even took the power out, the electrical power out of the room of the hotel. Like it was dark. Boom, the lights went out and came back on, and the air conditioning came back on, and would do bright, like in other words, the level of frequency in the room would be always like the light bulbs would go bright, boom, out. The whole room's dark because it was trying to gain energy. You see, that's what I mean by it's really aggressive right now.
So why do you think that it is more aggressive? Is it going out on the road, or is it just because for longest time people were very interested in the doll, but they didn't have the access that they do now, or even talk about it, have movies about it, anything like that. Do you think all that kind of plays into a more active role that this entity has played with ramping up the activity?
Greg, yes to all the above. And on the tour, it got a lot of attention, focus, recognition. And Ryan Buell would post a video on TikTok and it would get over 1 million views in just one day. Um, I, my experience, my feelings with the DAWs are quite different than everyone else's. When I'm around it, I usually have my back to it. I don't give it that energy, that focus. But it's very interesting when you watch the people, thousands, come in. They all want their photograph with the doll, and we know that, and we accommodate. And Rick, for example, will take the photographs, or Ryan, etc. But I don't know why or the reasoning behind people wanting to have a image of this thing in their life or their memory or on their phone. I mean, I get it, permission, yes, but I don't understand it. I don't understand the amount of people, the people that would wait 3 to 4 hours to see this thing. I don't understand it. But 8 years ago, it wasn't this intense. Now it's almost an obsession.
Now, I want to ask a question that people are asking in the comments. I just want to kind of preface this by saying that we are not a show about politics. So if there's a way to answer this with not one side or the other being part of the discussion, and we just have an ambulance that just went by here. People are wondering if any of this aggression from the doll comes from just the general angst in the world right now.
Well, I will say this, and to your point, Greg, and to take it further, not to go biblical, but the energies right. This is the mathematic. You can measure this. The energies right now on Earth have heightened, increased compared to 10 years ago. It's gotten faster. I do know that the demonic, especially the inhuman demonics, are revving up their tactics. They have more ability. They have more ways to manipulate, and that's psychologically, also physically, like voices of clients. They didn't do that 10 years ago. So the energies of the earth right now are working in their favor, or they know that their time is limited. And that's all I'll say as far as going spiritual or any kind of politics, etc., or biblical. They know that their time is limited on earth. So they're revving it up that way. Who's right? There's no way to know. No one knows. I don't know. And the person who knows everything about the paranormal, you tell them to have a good day and goodbye. So yes, to answer your question and the audience question, that's a brilliant question and observation. It absolutely is. It is revving up. It is changing, and to a more aggressive state. Not to create fear. I think it's just an adjustment with the energies right now.
Yeah, no. And, to your point, we have about 4 minutes before we need to take our hour. But, the thing is, it's like, I have to admit, I have on my phone a picture of Annabelle and myself. And, it's one of those things that you're just like, I need, as an investigator, it's almost, and I can see why you wouldn't agree with this, but as an investigator, and you're all into all these kind of crazy things, it's almost a bit of a rite of passage to be able to say, I've been face to face with the doll. I mean, I stared in her face for a great deal of time in Connecticut a couple of years back. You know what I mean?
Totally.
But you're absolutely right. When you said it, it's like, yeah, why would we want to do that? But yet we still do, right?
Sorry, Greg, to interrupt. I'm terribly sorry. On the case of where the doll is, there's a tarot card. It's the death card. Mr. Warren put it there, and he did that for a reason. It's the image of a devil. He did that because the doll's cute, cuddly, it's soft looking, has almost a little smile. But Mr. Warren wanted you to always remember visually that this is not a child's plaything. It's not a toy. It is a devil. It is a demon that's killed people. And that's why that card is there to this day.
Yeah, people need to be reminded, and and it's there's so many interesting. things that happened to me when I was out in Connecticut a couple years ago at the first Warrens convention that I won't get into right now because we don't have a ton of time left. But just to kind of get back.
I'd love to hear one day.
I'd love to share it. But we also have Shar and Liz. They said to answer the question that you had asked about up on the third floor about that gentleman. They said 1970s.
Oh, great. They got a response. Very good.
They got a response. And
Yeah.
I was wrong. Liz and Shar said that they're using a spirit box. So so that's cool. Yeah. And I'm thinking they might be, I see that they're leaving. They might be coming down. Now, as we're getting close to the end of the first hour here, Wade, can you spend a little bit more time with us going into maybe up to like 8:20 or something like that?
Oh, I'd be honored. It would be a delight.
It's fun. It's really very interesting talking about that. And I really appreciate your take on what they're doing. And I think they might be coming down. They'll come back. You can hear exactly what some of the stuff that they were getting as well, if you're cool with that.
Yeah, but by the way, the young man has a dynamic personality. He's very strong-willed. He believes what he believes quite firmly. He has quite a opinionated presence.
Okay, that's good. Like I said, Shar coming down. She is a psychic medium, is one that's is very gifted as well. So the four of us, the five of us with Adam, we're going to have a little bit of a conversation about this and get everyone's take on that as well. So I'm super excited for that. Hey, Wade, I just want to say how cool it is to have you with us tonight. I really do appreciate it.
Oh, Greg, it totally is. I get the better end of the deal. Trust me. Thank you.
Well, that's very kind. Why don't we go ahead and do this? Adam, what we're going to do, you want to weigh in on some stuff when we get back as well?
Well, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Whoops. I saw a move around from the other direction up on that floor. Why don't we do this? Let's take our first break. We're done with our Halloween broadcast. Join us in about 5 minutes or so. We'll be back for hour 2 with Wade, Kirby, Shar, and a bunch more stuff. You're listening to GhostBox Radio on AM 950.
Come see the Trained Chimp. It's the Matt McNeil Show, 3 to 5 p.m. weekday afternoons, right here on AM 950 KTNF, St. Louis Park, Minneapolis, St. Paul.
And during the government shutdown, 2 federal judges issued that ruling today. Meantime, Republican leaders quickly rejected the idea, but Ed Donahue reports President Trump's been advocating the Senate scrap the filibuster.
A filibuster stops action on most bills unless 60 senators vote to move it forward. On Air Force One, the president said,
"We only need 5 Democrats, but they've become a radical left party."
Democrats are holding back support of a government funding bill until Republicans agree to an extension of health care tax benefits.
Obamacare has turned out to be a disaster, as I've been saying for years. It can be fixed or redone. People don't get good health care.
Filibuster isn't in the Constitution, and it wasn't part of the Founding Fathers' vision for the Senate. I'm Ed Donahue.
In Ohio, a Republican-led panel has adopted new U.S. House districts that could boost Republican chances of gaining 2 seats in next year's elections. Meanwhile, Virginia's Democratic-led General Assembly has advanced a proposed constitutional amendment to allow redistricting ahead of the midterm elections. And federal agents arrested multiple people in Michigan, allegedly plotting an attack.
FBI Director Kash Patel said a potential act of terror was stopped before it could unfold. 2 people briefed on the investigation tell the AP it's believed the plot was inspired by Islamic State extremism, and those in custody may have been radicalized online. A source said some of the group discussed carrying out an attack around Halloween, referring to Pumpkin Day in an online chat room. The references to Halloween prompted the FBI to make arrests. At a house in Dearborn, residents and reporters watched as federal agents and state police brought in bags from an evidence truck and carried items out. The FBI in Detroit confirms that officers were also in the neighboring town of Inkster. I'm Jennifer King.
And Amazon reported a much bigger profit than expected, boosting the stock market to more gains. This is AP News.
Girls and boys in poverty around the world are dreaming of a better life, filled with dance, art, music, and knowledge. They dream of a brighter future with enough nutritious food to eat, a chance to learn and grow, to get an education, escape poverty, and do incredible things. Today, thanks to Children International and friends like you, such dreams are coming true. Together, we give children a chance to set their sights high and succeed in school and in life by ensuring that they have access to healthcare, education, life skills, and so much more so they can grow, thrive, and believe in themselves. Learn more about Children International and join us in our life-changing work at children.org today. Together, we can help end poverty for good.
Greg Bakun here. I love historic tours of Minneapolis and seeing everything it has to offer. But if you know me, I like to include a little spooky in my tours, which is why I found the perfect combination. Minneapolis Trolley Tours does this amazing candlelight ghost tour that you have to check out. It's an extremely immersive experience. It's a trolley trip that starts out at a haunted mansion, traveling around Minneapolis locations exposing ghost stories that the public and business owners would rather left untold. Then a tour of the aforementioned haunted mansion where ghosts of past residents from the 1800s reside, plus a lot of surprises to discover. Next, experience Gertrude's After Hours. Did I mention Gertrude is the mansion's most famous ghost? Maybe she'll show up. And you finish up the tour at Gertrude's Lounge in the haunted basement of the mansion with refreshments and Q&A. The trolleys are climate controlled and the mansion is restored to perfection. Check out MinneapolisTrolleyTours.com for more information.
I'm Shelley Medore, and I'm running for Minneapolis City Council. As your council member, I will fight against harmful MAGA policies coming out of Washington and push back on extreme policies here at home. Minneapolis doesn't need more grandstanding. We need good governance and common sense solutions. I will work to invest in community policing, protect tenants' rights, and invest in our small businesses so we can keep Minneapolis a welcoming city for all. On Election Day, I'm asking for your vote. Together, let's choose Minneapolis. Vote Shelley Medore for Ward 2.
Prepared and paid for by Campaign Fund of Shelley Medore, Ward 2. With your AM 950 weather, I'm Patrick Lilia. Tonight, rain possible with a low of 38, and Saturday, cloudy with a high of 45. Time is running out to get your tickets for the legendary Paul Metz's 70th birthday party this Sunday night at 7 o'clock at the Astor House in Minneapolis. This event is an AM 950 fundraiser and features a full bar and delicious food menu. Get your tickets at am950radio.com.
Portions of the following program may be pre-recorded.
And we are back here on AM 950 for the Halloween Spectacular 4-Hour Live. Greg Bakun is currently out at the Pillsbury Club, which is the home of the Minnesota Trolley Tours. We now send it back out to Greg.
All right, there we go. We had some issues over here. We're trying to change around the speakers because they're a little scratchy over here for some reason. And I think when we're done tonight, we're going to take one of them to the river and just dump it in there. I think we've had enough of that garbage for a while. And everyone is now, muted. I don't know what happened, but when we switched over to the new speaker, everything changed. And so now I just, we're not probably heard anyway because I had to shut off the speaker because it took us off the air over here. Yeah, I don't know why. But we're not here to worry about speakers at the moment. We might just have to go back to, well, you put it all away. Never mind. We'll have to figure that out. But in the meantime, I have with us Char Savoy, and we were talking. She was upstairs on the third floor and with Liz, and we were watching a lot of stuff going on. We just wanted to check in with you real fast. Char, about what was going on up there and what were some of the responses that you're getting? Yep.
Okay. So we were up there, and of course, as you know, we were up there earlier, and it's quite warm up there.
Yep.
All of a sudden it got really cold. There was a cold breeze that came through. I felt like there was somebody like was up behind me touching like the back of my head. And I asked if there was somebody behind me. Liz said she could see like some energy behind me, but then through the spirit box that came through, it says, I'm right behind you. And then a couple other things, and it kind of gave some random things, but at first it did say it's Shar when I first got up there. And then we were just kind of getting some random words that we were trying to follow through with, and we weren't getting a whole lot, but we ended up getting, Wade had asked for a year. We ended up getting the year 1970. We were getting that mail that kept talking quite frequently, so I'm thinking it might have been him. And then we were just told by somebody down here that in 1970 that third floor was a boys' seminary.
Oh, wow. It's been a lot of things here.
A little bit.
Been a lot of things. One of the things, and one of the things that we were able to get confirmation on, because it means a lot to me because of having worked for Carmichael Lynch. This was the first place that Carmichael Lynch actually had their offices were in this building. So
cool.
It's very cool. We have Wade Kirby with us. Wade is over in the East Coast right now. He's been picking up on the entity in there as well. And Wade, I want you to meet Shar, both of you using mediumship. So Wade, what were you picking up in that room?
Shar, nice to meet you. This is not an old a male personality. By the way, above the room on the third floor where you were investigating, above that, and I know it's very high, there's like a small, like, or large, like, balcony area. In other words, above you, he often resides and hangs out. That's where he says he gets renews himself, quote unquote. That's where he gets his energy charged up again. If that makes sense. There's an area above that room that you're in. Does that make sense?
It makes it looks like there could be. It's kind of like
atrium.
There's an atrium, but there is like a spot that I kept staring at. Like, is that like an extra room kind of thing up there? It doesn't look like it, but I was thinking the same thing when I was sitting there. We did at some point, we had two flashes, like somebody took a picture in the room.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So there was some stuff going on, and we didn't really hear anything. It was more visual feeling, and then what was ever coming through the equipment.
Now we also saw stuff that looked like orbs.
Yeah.
Maybe not orbs, but it looked like them. Did either of you see anything with your own eye like that at all?
Just the two flashes.
And that's crazier, I think.
Right. But at the time that you said you were seeing the orbs is when the cool breeze and the energy was shifting and changing.
Wow.
So it coordinates with, I heard you guys say it, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not surprised.
Oh, that's really interesting.
That's when stuff was happening.
Yeah. No, yeah. I think that's fantastic. Yeah, no, that's super cool. Do you why don't you take these? Why don't you talk with Wade for a second about what you both were feeling? I want to set up the new speaker real fast.
Okay.
No, you could just be right there and you should be able to hear everything.
Okay.
So you're using a GhostBox, correct?
Yeah.
There we go. Okay. All right. He's very familiar with that space. That's kind of he's territorial there. In other words, he had an existence there in his physical life. Expression there. He's not demonic that I can perceive at all. He's not threatening. You don't threaten him. He's not angry at you any means. He's kind of very interested and fascinated. It always makes me interested when we go to locations such as where you are. They know they're dead, right?
Right.
So
yeah.
Why? Well, there's many reasons as there are souls, but why do they stay? Why do they hang around? In other words, obviously they've transitioned and remained in limbo because they're afraid of the light or for whatever reasons. But in your opinion, why do you think they hang around?
I'm not sure. I've never been here. I don't even know the history about here, so I don't know anything about it. Like what would keep them here, or what would make them want to stay here. But, there's so many different reasons. Either they really loved it, they have an attachment, they're waiting for somebody. But it just seems like they're going about their daily activity here is what I'm picking up on. And with the gentleman that we were connecting to up on the third floor, he did come through and say intelligent at one point, and I was like, yes, you are very intelligent, you know. And so he was interacting, but there was some words that were coming through that weren't very clear, so I didn't get everything he said, but it was the same voice every time. There was other voices, but that consistent one that was giving the answers kept giving the same answers that we were going with.
Excellent work and perception. Good for you. By the way, when you're done, for me, would you express a gratitude? Thank him for the communication.
Oh, absolutely. We certainly will. We'll go back up there for sure and make our rounds to all the places we go through, even the ones that we don't, and tell them thank you for being there.
This brings comprehension, and it also brings less apprehension the next time someone comes to investigate. And they all don't have the grace and respect that you both do.
That is true. And we try really hard to treat them just as if they were standing in front of us as a human. You know, this is their house. We're a guest right now. We're just here we got invited in here. So we're trying to honor their space and their time.
Very good. And because I work a lot, mostly with the inhuman spirits, on the demonic dark side, with cases, I did a scan of that room during the investigation you all were doing, and I'm not perceiving anything harmful or angry specifically, especially who you're communicating with.
Yeah, no, I didn't get any kind of uncomfortableness or anything either. It just felt very curious, very friendly, just kind of like a little standoffish, not really sure what to do with us, but they were definitely interested. And so, but no, I haven't felt anything negative or bad or off. Since
remember when you investigate, when we are asleep and we dream, do we know at that time we're dreaming? Most of the time, no. Do we know how long that dream was or is? It could be 3 minutes, could be 3 seconds, 10 minutes. Who knows? We don't know. Same thing on their existence.
Absolutely.
They perceive us as little as we perceive them. And then there are circumstances when you get lucky and they perceive you very, very well and interact with you directly. And when you have the chair move or your hair pulled, a pat is one thing on the top of your head. That's one thing. But if you have your hair pulled, etc., then there's something more aggressive. And I'm not perceiving anything like that. But it's just very interesting to pick up. And you know the word, I call it reading the room before you even turn on a device.
Right. Absolutely.
Now, I don't know if you talked about this at all because it's in the comments and maybe you did. Do you feel like that the spirit was glad that you and Liz were up there?
I'm not going to say they were glad, but they were curious. You know, they were just kind of interested in what you doing here.
Yeah.
So, definitely not mad, but I don't know if they were happy or joyed or whatever.
Sure.
Definitely aware.
Yes. Very aware.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's interesting. And Wade, I don't know if Shar mentioned, this is the first time that a paranormal investigation has been done in this place of any kind.
That's excellent. That's nowadays almost unheard of, but that's excellent.
Yeah. No, it's
you get a pristine environment.
Yeah, that's why I feel like they're just curious. They're like, whoa, what are we doing here?
What is this? What's all this about? Yeah.
What is this stuff?
What's all this about?
Yeah.
And remember also, quite honestly, an investigator, one who's seasoned, can bring stuff in if you follow me.
Oh, absolutely.
And pollute the environment.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Very much so. So with that being said, and we're gonna step away from you, Wade, in a couple minutes, but I wanted to just kind of follow up on a couple of stuff we talked about with the doll. I just had a couple other questions, and sometime I'd love to have you back and we can have a much fuller conversation. We have Wade Kirby from Nesper with us, and they just got back from touring with the Annabelle doll. With all the precautions that are set into place, Are we certain, is that the whole point, that it contains all of its energy, every last bit of it's contained within what Father Bob is putting out there, or what you all are putting out there?
There's no 100% certainty. That
Right.
device is not created on Earth yet by mankind. But we do everything that's known and available to do. We do that. The case is stained with holy oil when it was made. There are the Trinity, it physically cut into the case. The chair that the doll sits on has the Lord's Prayer burnt in the back. That creates an insult to this particular inhuman entity. Also, you have what I love. It's called the binding prayers, and there are many varieties. And literally, it calls forth in because we're a faith-based group. It calls forth Jesus Christ and the Holy Mother and Michael the Archangel, three of my favorites that I work through. And it literally says, in the name of their name, you are now, meaning the inhuman spirit, attached to this item. You are bound to it, quote unquote. And that works quite effectively and needs to be recharged every month or so, and that's what we do. In fact, when we drive, I'll be in the front seat with my prayer book and silently doing the binding prayer every 2 hours as we transport. It would be very unresponsible not to do that, and no one knows, no one hears. But it is done for basically my sake and the driver's sake, for their safety, to have that done every 2 hours. That's my standard, if that makes sense.
Nope, that makes perfect sense. Now that you are done with the tour for the moment, you got the house ready for its next journey. Wade, what are you going to do? Are you going to be able to take some time off and relax a little bit?
No.
No,
but you know what? I wouldn't have it any other way. My job now at the house is not only to be a host or so, and Chris Galorin and Rick Clark and myself are going to be the three hosts, tour guides, observers, really, in the museum. When the guests go into the museum, they'll have 4 hours to investigate there under our supervision. But I will also have an extra job where I will go in 1 day a week, possibly 2 if needed, and I will read the entire home as far as what has been done in the home while the guests were there. And I will counteract that and push, basically erase those energies in the rooms, and I will push any live entities like I've been doing for the past 6 years when I lived there. I'll push the entities, and I don't do it. The saints I work with do it. Push those entities back securely into the museum.
All right. Well, Wade, we got to have you back. We'll have a full conversation, but I am so thankful that you took time out on your Halloween to join us and share so much wonderful information and taking part in our investigation. That was a lot of fun.
My pleasure and an honor. Nice to meet you, ladies.
Thank you. Nice to meet you too.
Very cool. Everyone, Wade Kirby, thank you very much. Adam, why don't we go ahead, take our next break. When we come back, we're going to probably maybe move up into the corridor or something if you want, or do you want to go back to the room?
I'm not really sure. So what we're going to do is on the second floor, before when the camera went out, the K2 was responding to us. So we might go back in there and see what's happening.
Why don't you go in there, and we're going to continue our investigation. You're listening to GhostBox Radio on AM 950.
Are you one of thousands of individuals who know you have psychic abilities but don't know how to tap into your higher self? Refined Divine is an extremely gifted psychic medium who offers classes that can help you reach your goals. Refined Divine holds classes Monday and Thursday at her 2 locations and via Zoom. Classes consist of manifestation, learning psychic abilities, shadow work, and healing trauma. Refined Divine has helped thousands, and she can help you.
This is Psychic Medium Deb. You can go to refinedivinepsychic.com.
Twin Cities Con returns to the Minneapolis Convention Center for their 5th year, November 7th through the 9th. Twin Cities Con is a celebration of comics, toys, TV, film, art, cosplay, games, and all things nerdy. There's nothing like Twin Cities Con. It's also a family-friendly event where you can meet your favorite celebrities, browse the vendor hall and artist alley for the coolest merch, watch celebrity Q&As, and even more. Twin Cities Con is bigger and better than before. Come see from the Star Wars universe Ahmad Best, Rosario Dawson and Giancarlo Esposito, Brendan Fraser and the cast of The Mummy, WWE Wrestling Hall of Famers Sting and Mick Foley, and the voice actors from the hit Disney series Phineas and Ferb, plus more guests to be announced. 3 days of action-packed fun in the heart of Minneapolis at the Minneapolis Convention Center. Tickets start at $50. Kids tickets are just $10 for the entire weekend. VIP tickets also available, including a 3-day weekend pass, plus some really cool VIP perks. More guests will be announced. Buy your tickets and get more information at TwinCitiesCon.com.
Greg Bakun here. I've told you about the out-of-the-world roast beef sandwiches at Maverick's Real Roast Beef, but I haven't told you about their Philly steak sandwiches, turkey, bacon, avocado sandwich, BLT, crispy chicken, fish sandwiches, brisket, or pulled pork. Okay, you get the idea. They make a lot of delicious food to the same standard as their famous roast beef sandwiches, and now I'm starving. I'm going to go to Maverick's Real Roast Beef off Lexington and Roseville, and you need to go too. Check out their menu at mavericksbeef.com.
Welcome back to GhostBox Radio on AM 950.
And we're back on GhostBox Radio here on AM 950 for the Halloween special. Currently, Greg Bakun, Shar Savoy, and Lisa are out at the Pillsbury Club in Minneapolis, building that was completed construction in 1914, but the insides of the building from 1400s and the 1500s Europe. So a very, very unique mansion in Minneapolis that Greg is out at right now. As we get started here, we are in our second hour of our Halloween Live.
I don't know. Can you hear me now?
We have you now, Greg.
Okay. I don't know why we came back and nothing. We didn't change a thing. Funny enough, maybe it's spirit. Maybe it's that old Halloween sort of like, no, you're not going to play with our toys tonight. I don't know what it is, but
well, I think somebody was playing with my toys in here because I looked over halfway through the time that we had Wade on, and at some point, according to the timer on my recorder, about 5 minutes into Wade, my recorder stopped recording.
Oh, interesting.
You physically have to press a button for that to happen.
I don't know.
I have started the recorder again. Hopefully we have something on there, which I will review over the weekend and see if we got anything.
Absolutely. Now, folks, we're doing this wonderful Halloween event tonight over at the Pillsbury Club in Minneapolis. This is the home of the Minneapolis Trolley Tours. There are people out there right now. I didn't have a chance to set up my second camera of people who are waiting to take tours tonight. They're dressed in costumes, or at the very least, one has a mask. So it's really pretty cool, and it's a great vibe here tonight. Maybe later Chad will do a walkthrough again, and maybe we can do that. Maybe even when Deb is on as well. But we're having this great night, and that conversation, Adam, with Wade about really an intimate sort of understanding of the day in and day out with that doll is pretty. I think that was very interesting. Very, very interesting.
And you know how I feel about dolls.
You love them? Yep.
I absolutely love them so much. That to me would be too scary. Even if it's sitting in a closet, in a box with all the protections that they can put on it, there's no way. There is no chance you would get me in a room with that doll.
Well,
No.
and I think the thing is, and and when I say this, I think most of us would be in the same boat. If you walk in with that sort of like feeling, it's gonna find you. It's going to feed off of that, so they have to be able, and I'm not saying I'd be any different, so don't get me wrong. You know what I mean? Because you can't help but think, okay, this is it. This is the doll. And it's interesting because somebody who I was with at the time, we were out at the convention, in Connecticut, the first Warrens convention. Tony Spera invited me out there, and we did this. We had a spirit board, not a Ouija board, but spirit board. And you can never really trust certain things because you just don't know when someone else is helping use the board and stuff. But it spelled out her name, if you get my drift.
Who?
Annabelle. It spelled out her name. It spelled out her name on the board.
No, thank you.
And then I was like, you know what? Because it was one of those hotels that had like you walk outside the front door and you're outside, right?
Mhm.
And it had like one of those windows, and we had all the shades shut and stuff. And I just had this feeling. And I just was like, you know what? We shouldn't leave here tonight. We should not leave here tonight. All of a sudden, about 5 or 6 car alarms go off. I don't know.
Okay. See, and the thing is, like, I've always been petrified of dolls.
Yeah.
And there was a night a couple of years ago when we had on the caretaker of Robert the doll.
Oh, yeah.
When I got home from doing that broadcast, I flip on Facebook to see how many likes, loves, whatever that the show had gotten that night. But as soon as I flipped on Facebook, what's the first thing that I see is someone going through the Warren Museum, and the first image is Annabelle. And I'm just like, nope, turned off the phone, just put everything away, slept in the living room with the lights on. Yep, wasn't doing it.
Nope, I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. Something happened to me that night, as you know, and it actually happened on the air. And so this is, that's just the way it goes. That's how the paranormal cookie crumbles, I suppose. Right now, I'd like to go over to the second floor where Shar and Liz are, and want to talk with them about what they're doing up there. Shar, can you hear us?
What?
So what are you doing up there right now? Well, I see that they are they're sitting up there, and I thought I saw something stream across the screen again. Oh, there's a couple things. These seem to be a little bit, I don't know. These seem to be a little bit more perhaps bugs or something. I don't know.
Yeah, they're not illuminated the same as up there on that floor.
No, they're not. I'm going to send them a note because I want to let them know we're on them.
Okay, we're gonna do EVP verse.
Okay.
So on this device down here, it said the name David. Is that relevant? It's a little loud downstairs. Do you prefer it quiet up here? Is there something that you can tell me about this room, what it's used for? Okay, I'm going to turn this off and listen to see if you answered anything so that we could talk more, okay?
Shar, I don't know if you can hear me, but if you...
On this device down here, it said the name David. Is that relevant? Wait, did that say something? No, it's downstairs. It's a little loud downstairs. Do you prefer it quiet up here? Is there something that you can tell me about this room, what it's used for? Okay, I'm going to turn this off and listen to see if you answered anything so that we could talk more, okay? Nothing. So on this device down here, it said the name David. I didn't hear him talking. Is that just all them talking? I think so. Did you get your thing over? Is that under it? Okay. Okay, let's try this again. Oh, we got it. No, we didn't get another name. We can try the other device, see if we get anything on that. Hello? Can you tell me your name? Bob. Hi. How are you? You're in the first room?
Board advice.
What's that English?
Bridge support. Or a vet.
Bob, did you live here?
Premier.
Bob, did you live here?
The material that
Freemason. Freemason?
is regular.
Oh. Is there anybody that can tell me what this room was used for? Manager? Was atheist? Okay. That's funny. Can you tell me something in this room? What do you see? Can you say that again? One to two. There's two of us. How many of you are here? You don't know how much? No, I don't. That's why I asked. How many of you are in this room with us? What do you mean?
Three. No matter what we.
Three. There's three. Can you tell me your names? Three.
To taste them.
I don't want to taste them.
Judging.
Are all three of you men? Are the three that are in here, are you male or females? Both? Is there any of the, are any of the Pillsbury family here?
Random keyword.
4.
Science.
Science. All right. Well, this is kind of science, I suppose. Absolutely.
It works.
It works. It does work. Good thing it's science.
Asian industry.
What? What is that?
Church. That's fair. Another one.
What can you tell us about us?
Sure. Very modern.
Very modern, yes, we are. Do we wear different clothes than what you would wear?
Vaccinated. It is. What's this time? This natural. Gotcha. You said to me, God, F. Each other. Said who?
Who? We asked who. Can you tell us who?
6.
6. Is there 6 of you or 6 of you and us? Okay, I'm going to turn this off because we're not getting very good responses that are helpful.
In your hand.
Yeah, it's in my hand. So we're trying to have a conversation, but I'm not getting much to go on. So I'm going to turn this off. Okay. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, we can try something different. For the necrophonic.
What we're going to do is we're going to take a break. We're going to fit a break in here as Shar and Liz are still on the second floor. They were using Spirit Box, and they were getting some interesting responses, but also not, like Shar did. They stopped the conversation because after a while, when you're not really getting a whole lot, you're not going to definitely want to keep going just because maybe there's something else. So they're going to try something else. We're going to break in here. When we come back, we're going to continue our investigation of the Pillsbury Club at the Minneapolis Trolley Tours. And coming up in about 20 minutes, One Question Readings with Refined Divine. You're listening to the very special Halloween broadcast of GhostBox Radio on AM 950. Greg Bakun here. Like you, I love good, fresh, delicious food. So I want to tell you about this treasure in Roseville called Maverick's Real Roast Beef. Mavericks has the best roast beef sandwiches I've ever had. Made fresh every order. Add fries or onion rings dropped in the fryer when ordered, and you have a winning combination. Maverick's Real Roast Beef has a lot more than roast beef, so check out their website, mavericksbeef.com, or check out their restaurant on Lexington in Roseville.
I'm Shelley Medore, and I'm running for Minneapolis City Council. As your council member, I will fight against harmful MAGA policies coming out of Washington and push back on extreme policies here at home. Minneapolis doesn't need more grandstanding. We need good governance and common sense solutions. I will work to invest in community policing, protect tenants' rights, and invest in our small businesses so we can keep Minneapolis a welcoming city for all. On Election Day, I'm asking for your vote. Together, let's choose Minneapolis. Vote Shelley Medore for Ward 2.
Prepared and paid for by Campaign Fund of Shelley Medore, Ward 2.
Greg Bakun here. I love historic tours of Minneapolis and seeing everything it has to offer. But if you know me, I like to include a little spooky in my tours, which is why I found the perfect combination. Minneapolis Trolley Tours does this amazing candlelight ghost tour that you have to check out. It's an extremely immersive experience. It's a trolley trip that starts out at a haunted mansion, traveling around Minneapolis locations, exposing ghost stories that the public and business owners would rather left untold. Then a tour of the aforementioned haunted mansion where ghosts of past residents from the 1800s reside, plus a lot of surprises to discover. Next, experience Gertrude's After Hours. Did I mention Gertrude is the mansion's most famous ghost? Maybe she'll show up. And you finish up the tour at Gertrude's Lounge in the haunted basement of the mansion with refreshments and Q&A. The trolleys are climate controlled and the mansion is restored to perfection. Check out MinneapolisTrolleyTours.com for more information. And welcome back to our very special GhostBox Radio Halloween 2025. We are live at the Pillsbury Club in Minneapolis, the home of the Minneapolis Trolley Tours. And this is, folks, we're not even on the main floor showing you stuff. I'm on the main floor, and we did a walkthrough on Wednesday, but you got to come out here to see this. This place has a great vibe to it. Their marketplace is so incredible. And like I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, one of the things that I think is really important about this is that a lot of this stuff is Minnesota sourced. They are very supportive of Minnesota creators, and it shows here, and you can come in and buy all sorts of great stuff. We showed a little bit on Wednesday. Maybe we'll get to it a little bit tonight. It's amazing, Adam, how 4 hours we're doing this, and I'm already thinking in my mind stuff that we're not going to get to because it goes by so quick, and we're having so much fun here tonight doing other things.
Not just stuff that we're not going to be able to get to, but also the stuff we ended up having to dump because of what we've got going on here tonight.
Yeah, no, it's great. They're getting some responses upstairs. I don't know where they're at right now. They've escaped, Adam. That's what happened. They escaped the mansion.
I didn't think you got investigators who had like break times. Come on, man.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, there they are.
There they are. They're on the third floor. And I wonder
that creepy door in the hallway. Yep.
Waiting for Liz to crawl through it. She promised. Okay, so
she's got to do it during the broadcast. It can't happen afterwards.
Yeah, no kidding. Can't be like, oh, well, the camera wasn't on. Yeah, they're on all the time. So let's be very clear about that. So we're talking about Minneapolis Trolley Tours. We're in their headquarters. We only have 3 cameras set up. We could have 50 cameras set up here tonight, Adam, and have just a look at the entire spectrum of this location. It is so incredible. You got to get out here at some point. And folks, you all have to get out here because this is truly just a beautiful location and very, very active. So, yeah.
And, being a transplant to this state, the Pillsbury Club was one of the first haunted locations I heard about when I first moved up here in 2001. So even just seeing it from this angle, being behind the board here at AM 950, especially Wednesday night when Chad was walking around with the handy cam, oh my goodness, this place is just phenomenal. I think the other night we called it looked like a decadent dream.
So let's mark the time at 1:42:50 on the counter of being live. I thought I saw something like an orb or something behind you, Adam, at the station, and it might have been something from the camera next. Oh nope, it's actually next because something kind of moved. I'm going to go to the hallway here, folks. Once again, if you want to join us, looking at this visually, we are over at AM 950 Radio Facebook. There's one right there. Look at that. Did you see those?
Yeah, I saw that bouncy one just a second ago. It looks like like it made an M.
Yeah, no, that's must be where I saw it from. But 14250, if you want to check later, Adam, see maybe there was something behind you. I don't know. We haven't been on you a whole lot because we've been focusing on there's stuff. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it could just be dust too. I mean, I totally understand that. I don't want to be that guy that's everything is an orb and a ghost. But Pet Granny says good number of orbs in the hall. I mean, it could be. I mean, it could very well be. We're not sure. We're gonna. Shar is gonna go down to the room down the dark hallway. We don't
stop it. Oh, sorry.
What on earth is going on? My goodness, we got. Look, I want to say. So, can you hear us?
Right before I did that, it said drain camera. And it says spirit talking.
What are you using? As usual, no one's listening to me. So that's nothing new there.
What was kind of neat though, she said camera drain and in the video.
Okay.
And she's down the hallway in that room. Why don't you go alone? Because I don't want to go alone.
I was
I
seeing
can't hear anything you're saying, so.
Yeah, I don't know why, but that's okay. I was hoping that they would have maybe use their phone camera to go down that creepy hallway.
Into this hallway with me, or down in the room with Liz. If you touch these lights, if you go by them, they'll change colors. That will let us know that you're here. Thank you.
So change colors.
Would you be able to do that one more time? That was really cool.
Thought I saw something just zip by.
You did, very much so.
Liz, I don't know what it is, but I can't hear them anymore. No, it's not. We're not doing that.
Well, something rude must have come through. Let's see here. Liz says that she has her camera up too. Let's check it out. Let's see here. I'm gonna go back to this.
Can the lights go off again? Stop right here. Oh, thank you.
It's a little dark,
thank
Liz.
you.
Probably because she's in a dark hallway.
That was kind of cool. It said stop right here, and then the light went off.
Oh, nice.
Thank you for interacting with us. It's wonderful.
Okay, let's go back.
This is really cool lights because you could be all the way down there and turn it on. You don't have to be right next to me if you don't want to.
While Shar is up there, can we ask Spirit to shut that door next to her, the little door? I think that would make everyone jump for joy and be happy. Shut that little.
I thought you liked me.
Or open it more, maybe.
So all of these doors are open in this hallway. Can you shut one of the doors? That might be hard, but I believe in you. Oh, what was that?
What was that?
I don't know, but a cold breeze went running past me, and then that bang happened. What was that?
That was loud.
That was so cool. That made me jump. That was awesome.
It said Ryan. Did
Wow.
you make that noise? Was that in here? The hallway light flash.
I swear, Adam, are you hearing whispering at all?
Yeah, yes, I am.
That there was just something talking.
Yeah, and then there was a couple of darker orbs. I couldn't tell if those were bugs or not, like right in front of the little door. And then there was a type of sound.
Now, Deb in the comments says, I got to tell you, I don't care for the one spirit that's trying to come in or coming. Okay, so by logic, that means Shar should be over here. Yep, there's Shar.
Purple hair.
Okay, folks, that's her walking on the floor. It's if you're listening on the radio in particular. Bruce says closed captioning said Anna at one point. That's cool.
When she can hear us, it looked like she kind of jumped a little bit at first before she went that way. I wonder if she got touched or felt another cold breeze.
Right.
No, I heard noises back there.
She heard a noise back there. Okay.
Go forward. This way? Can somebody knock on the wall and tell me which way to go? I'll follow the sound. No, we're not doing that.
Every time Shar says they're not doing that, something that is probably a little bit darker is coming through whatever device she's using. Or disrespectful as well.
That's correct. Which way do you want me to go? Can you knock on the wall?
Must be a truck going by.
When you guys are setting up, could you hear the music up in that third floor?
I did not myself.
Okay, because I think I just heard a little bit more grumbling in the background underneath the ambient sound. So just wondering if that by some chance could have been music, but I think we got another voice.
Is definitely a male spirit in here.
I don't know if she can hear me. What are you hearing, Shar?
At the moment, I'm not hearing anything. I'm just feeling it. Oh, it's a medieval like time frame.
It's crazy. She's going to one of the rooms that has lights that are pointed out the window for ambiance when people drive by. No, this is very cool. I don't know if, I'm not sure if Liz is, if she is able to talk with us at all. Liz, are you there at all? No. And she was, and now she's there. Let's try this again. She's
the hallway light flashed again.
So you don't have video, but what are you getting in your area?
I can see down the dark hallway, and there's a flashlight in this hallway. I keep getting dizzy spells. I feel like I'm sitting on a trampoline. Like bouncy.
Do you have any idea what kind of energy that is that you are experiencing?
I don't know.
It's interesting for sure. Now I see some light. Is that the flashlight that I see on your camera there? It was at the top.
Strip in the hallway.
Oh, okay, interesting. Because you don't always see it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's interesting. Yeah,
I've seen it change a couple times while I sit here, though.
Do you think that there's anything that's walking in front of it at all, or?
It must be, because Shar was in the big room when that light was changing.
So Shar is currently over in the hallway again. She's talking there, and that's where she heard when that big sound happened, when that big bang happened. Did you hear that? Was it close to you?
I heard it, but it's not over where I am.
Because it sounded over by where the computer is that has the microphone.
Yeah.
I don't know. That was pretty insane, actually.
I got a name on the obelisk said Stan.
Stan?
Dan, D-A-N.
Oh, B-A-N. Okay, sorry. Any idea if either of you have been picking up anything from like Charles Pillsbury or anything like that?
No, I haven't gotten any response to asking about the Pillsbury's at all.
Okay. I wasn't sure if that one man who you and Wade and Liz were talking about might have been one of the Pillsburys or not.
No, I don't think it was any.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, no, that's pretty incredible. I mean, there's some great activity going on up there tonight. I'm loving it. How are you both feeling up there? You both doing all right up there?
I'm good.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm good.
You're good. So we're going to be taking a break here in about just about a minute or so. Do you two want to just continue investigating? We're bringing on Deb here in about 10 minutes or so. And from there, just let us know what's going on. Does that sound good to the both of you?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. And then after that, if we don't break in Deering, if you want to come down, or we can have Chad go up with his roaming camera and kind of show around some stuff, and y'all can walk around maybe with some equipment and stuff too, if you're both up for that.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. You guys are doing great. Thank you so much for all of your doing tonight. And I'm jealous I'm not up there, but I'll get up there eventually. And I know, Adam, you're probably pretty jealous as well.
Insanely.
So this is what we're going to do. We are done with hour number 2 of our live investigation of the Pillsbury Club. We're going to be back in a little bit. We're going to have psychic medium Refined Divine. She's going to join us. We're going to do one question readings on Halloween. Everyone, don't go anywhere. You're listening to GhostBox Radio on AM 950.
I'm standing up for the middle class. Tom Hartman here on the Progressive Voice of Minnesota, AM 950, KTNF, St. Louis Park, Minneapolis, St. Paul.
KT News for Friday, October 31st. I'm Ben Thomas. The government shutdown continues, but court rulings say so must federal food aid. Jennifer King has details.
The Department of Agriculture has been ordered to continue funding the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, known as SNAP, using contingency funds that the Trump administration said could not be used. That's the nearly simultaneous ruling from 2 separate federal judges in Boston and Providence, Rhode Island. The program serves about 1 in 8 Americans, and word that benefits would lapse on November 1st has states and charities scrambling. Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro applauded the decisions at a news conference at a Philadelphia area food bank.
The Trump administration must turn the spigot on and must release these SNAP dollars. That's an important win.
The governor says it's unclear how quickly benefits will return.
It's going to take about 10 days for them to be able to get those dollars flowing to SNAP recipients again.
Agriculture Secretary Brooke Rollins says the contingency funds won't cover the cost of the program for long. Jennifer King, Washington.
U.S. military strikes against boats allegedly carrying illegal drugs in the waters of South America are drawing criticism from the UN.
These attacks and their mounting human cost are unacceptable.
Ravina Shamdasani, spokesperson for the UN High Commissioner for Human Rights.
Based on the very sparse information provided publicly by the U.S. authorities, none of the individuals on the targeted boats appear to pose an imminent threat to the lives of others or otherwise justified the use of lethal armed force against them under international law. The High Commissioner calls for prompt, independent, and transparent investigations into these attacks.
And FBI Director Kash Patel says multiple people have been arrested in suburban Detroit for allegedly plotting a weekend attack. Sources tell AP investigators believe the plot was inspired by Islamic State extremism. This is AP News.
Girls and boys in poverty around the world are dreaming of a better life, filled with dance, art, music, and knowledge. They dream of a brighter future with enough nutritious food to eat, a chance to learn and grow, to get an education, escape poverty, and do incredible things. Today, thanks to Children International and friends like you, such dreams are coming true. Together, we give children a chance to set their sights high and succeed in school and in life by ensuring that they have access to healthcare, education, life skills, and so much more so they can grow, thrive, and believe in themselves. Learn more about Children International and join us in our life-changing work at children.org today. Together, we can help end poverty for good.
Greg Bakun here. I love historic tours of Minneapolis and seeing everything it has to offer. But if you know me, I like to include a little spooky in my tours, which is why I found the perfect combination. Minneapolis Trolley Tours does this amazing candlelight ghost tour that you have to check out. It's an extremely immersive experience. It's a trolley trip that starts out at a haunted mansion, traveling around Minneapolis locations, exposing ghost stories that the public and business owners would rather left untold. Then a tour of the aforementioned haunted mansion where ghosts of past residents from the 1800s reside, plus a lot of surprises to discover. Next, experience Gertrude's After Hours. Did I mention Gertrude is the mansion's most famous ghost? Maybe she'll show up. And you finish up the tour at Gertrude's Lounge in the haunted basement of the mansion with refreshments and Q&A. The trolleys are climate controlled and the mansion is restored to perfection. Check out MinneapolisTrolleyTours.com for more information.
With your AM 950 weather, I'm Patrick Lilia. Tonight, rain possible with a low of 38, and Saturday, cloudy with a high of 45. Chef Carrie's always got something new and exciting cooking at Nightingale in South Minneapolis on the corner of 26th and Lyndale. Don't miss out on the famous Nightingale burger and fries, or be more adventurous with the duck pastrami Reuben. View their menu or place a takeout order at nightingalempls.com. Portions of the following program may be pre-recorded.
And welcome back to our very special Halloween spectacular, or as Adam likes to call it, spooktacular. As we are going till 11 p.m. tonight, we are live at the Pillsbury Club in Minneapolis, the home of the Minneapolis Trolley Tours. What a great place. Once again, I'd like to thank John and Norman for allowing us into their beautiful space to do the show tonight, and we are just having a great time here. Once again, I'd like to just ask folks, as we are getting into our next hour here with Psychic Medium, Refined Divine, we're hoping that just want to reach out to those of you who are on the GhostBox Radio on Facebook. Please consider sending some stars our way. When you send stars, what it does, it improves our algorithm so that more people can see what we're doing. And we really think what we're doing here is actually very important. And we're not doing paranormal as entertainment. We're doing paranormal as education. We might have some fun with it along the way, but at the same time, we really want to make sure that people have the opportunity to see what we're doing and learn from who we have on the shows and stuff. And we have Adam back at Eden Prairie. Adam, how do you think tonight? So far, so good?
I think tonight's going great. I enjoyed it, especially when we had Wade on as well, how he and Shar were kind of working in conjunction on there when he was reading the room. That loud bang before he went to break, that was cool as heck.
That was cool.
For those who can see the smaller versions of everybody down there on the screen, you would have seen me jump. And then, I've got to go back and listen to this recording tomorrow and Sunday, because I think there's been a few times we've gotten some murmurs underneath people talking, and I kind of want to go back and hear that with some really good headphones.
So one of the things that I've noticed in the comments, we have Pet Granny, and she says that the hallway orbs appear when both ladies are in the hall. So, we're going to keep our eye open. We're going to keep all of our cameras up. But right now, what I would like to do is welcome our very own, our very favorite. We love her, psychic medium, refined divine, who, my goodness, we got to go full screen for this. Look at you. Look at you. You're all gussied up, ready to go, and you're on mute. So just want to let you know that.
Hi.
Hi, how are you doing? Happy Halloween, Deb.
Thank you. Oh, I love Halloween, guys. This is my favorite holiday.
Well, you know what? Thank you so very much for taking time out of your Halloween. You all have a lot of stuff going on. Thank you so very much for taking some time with us and having some fun. And, if possible, we're going to do some one-question readings. Otherwise, we also thought, while Shar and Liz are in different parts of the house, we also going to have Chad with us. And Chad is what we call Mansion Cam. And what that is that we are going to have him walk around, Deb. And if you want to share any, look at that handsome man. If you want to share any thoughts when he's going through, I'd love to hear what you have to say about this. But this is the place, Deb. This is where we are tonight.
Well, absolutely. So I've been watching just for this last 30 minutes, and I'll tell you what, I know that Shar felt something touch her, because I saw that coming in, and there was something trying to get her alone. I don't know if she shared that with you, but I really felt that, and definitely prayed for her and her safety there. There was some stuff that was icky, and then moved out really quickly. But I think it's just so interesting, because I've never been in this space. I've never seen anything like this. This is very full of things that this is their heaven. Like, this is where they live. This is what they choose. They choose not to cross over. They choose to stay here.
Yeah, they do. I mean, look at this place. It's beautiful. I don't blame them, quite frankly.
Well, it's absolutely gorgeous. So was this a this is a mansion, yes?
This is a mansion. And you know what? Adam, if you want to, because you did a little bit of research in it, do you want to tell Deb a little bit about it?
Well, I'd rather you not. Let's get it from them. And then you can just say, yep, that's right.
Well, there you go. Go for it. And I think Adam knows it more than I do, to be perfectly honest. He did the extensive research.
Do you guys get 16 to 20 different ghosts that talk to you when you're there?
Well, we've been getting a lot of responses for sure.
And have you done this place before?
No, this is our first time.
Okay. Because right away I get 16 to 20 that are different. They're coming in just tonight that are there, and they love this space, and this is their heaven. Two of them were married. And it wasn't the first people that lived there. It was actually, it feels almost, it was this place been around since like 1700. Is that real?
Perhaps the interior, but not the exterior.
The interior. What does that mean? Like the interior, a smaller part of the house?
So like you have the exterior, the shell where the house was built, and what the structure of it, but everything inside, at least on the first two, possibly all three floors, were imported. Like the woodwork, the stained glass, the staircase were all imported from the UK or Scotland or different areas.
Something's from the 1700s, and you got a couple that's attached to something that came in there.
Okay. Yeah.
Because they just, I mean, it feels like, it almost feels like fine dining, fine wine, like, like imported, beauty, elegance, love, a lot of music. Have you gotten any music that's been coming through the ghost box? I'm curious because, I do hear music.
Now, Adam heard music upstairs on the third floor. I don't know if the two ladies have. We hadn't really talked, but Adam had heard it. He thought a couple times actually.
Yeah, absolutely. There's some music that comes with that couple, because I keep hearing it, and it's something from another country. It's very folklorish. It almost feels it's very old.
Old, yeah, that seems
Mhm.
about right. Yeah,
Mhm,
yeah, this
mhm.
place is beautiful.
All right, and real quick for the 1700s, when the school was when it was the Northwestern Theological Seminary, they did bring over items from the 1700s that were at one point in the Vatican.
There it is. Yeah.
Now, I just want to say real fast, as Adam had said on Wednesday, that shot that Chad had right there, doesn't it look like some kind of dream sequence? I mean, look at that. That's amazing. That is so cool. This isn't a mansion.
I absolutely love this building, and I haven't even been there.
Yeah, you haven't stepped inside yet.
No, and it's, oh my God, it's so gorgeous.
Now there's a dining section, right, with this really old table that's beautiful. Now I've never seen this place and I've never known this, but there's this big dining table. Is there?
That I don't know about, because I don't know exactly when all the furniture, like what it has been in the house that is old or not old.
No, is that there right now?
Well, I don't know. I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know, because like there's so much stuff in here that there hasn't been really kind of, they haven't
Chad
cataloged
hear
to
us?
me. I don't know if Chad can hear us. Chad, can you hear us?
Because there seems to be a lot of activity with this big, beautiful dining table that this lady is showing me that's on the other side.
Yeah, I don't recall seeing a big dining table, to be honest. But I mean, there's a lot of. I'm on a big table right now. It's a marble top, but I don't think this is old. I think this is actually pretty modern. So
I don't know that it's old. It's beautiful. It's like it's big. It's long. It feels like it'd be something that you would all sit up to eat.
well, I am on something like that right now. It's a marble top. I'm on the main floor.
Okay. All right. Let's see what she has to say here.
God, it's beautiful.
She feels like that she loves that there's actually people here. She loves it when people actually come in and they love to visit. She loves that people come in and spend time here because this is what she loves. This is her heaven. This is her place. It feels very like she actually lived there. Now, was this a residence in the 1800s, Adam?
Yes, it was.
Okay, because she lived there. And so she's showing me that. And actually, Greg, she's right behind you is what she's showing me. This is
Here's
her
a table
spot.
Here's a table right now. If you want to get a good shot of the table, Chad, she thinks that she was talking about this table actually.
Yeah, she's right behind you.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Do you have the names of the people? Adam, was her name? Did it have something with an A in it?
I do not have any family names listed after the Pillsbury family, so that I cannot confirm. However, it might be worth noting that the outer interior and the concrete there's a lot of limestone put into the exterior of this building. So that could definitely create some residual, if you're into the stone tape theory like I am, maybe keeping in some residual energy as well, since the outer is limestone.
Now, Shar said that she got the name Mabel and Dance in the hallway, and then got Dan and Mason in the room at the end of the black hallway.
Well, that's where I got the icky stuff.
Right. That was where, well,
Yeah.
and certainly Liz was in the black hallway, and Shar was in another hallway that connects all the rooms together, and she was getting that's where we're not 100% sure where that where that huge crash came from earlier, which was pretty incredible, quite honestly.
It very much like they were asked to, so they did.
Well, you know what, Deb, honestly, that's when Shar had asked, can you close one of the doors?
Yeah. Yeah.
So-
So this guy that was trying to get her to go be by herself, and I know we're not trying to scare anybody, but that's actually what I heard. That's the one that made the sound. That's the one that has the abilities to move things. That's what the way when they see things in the house that move, and like things seem to shift and move. It's him.
Does
Now
he appear to be older or younger?
Younger. He looks like in his 40s.
That's interesting. Holy cow. No, unfortunately, I don't have.
Okay, so now right now where Chad's going with that camera, that's that Chad moving with that camera.
Yes.
Is there a room to the right there?
I don't know if he can hear us. No, it looks like he's hitting the stairwell.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
'cause I think
Yeah,
he's
right up from the stairwell. There should be a room to the right. They're showing me.
and I don't know if he went. Whoa, is that Liz? I don't know where they are. Because I lost connection for about a minute, so I don't know where you all are.
There's the room. He's going into it.
Okay, I know where they
Yep,
are.
yep,
Okay.
it's right there. Go back. They're wanting me to go in that room. I don't know why. But
Chad,
she's
can you go
asking.
back in that room, please? I'm psychically telling him to do that.
Go back in that room, Chad.
Go back. Go back. All right, there you
I
are.
wish he could hear us.
I think he can because he was going back. I mean, I think
okay.
he's just keeping it. He doesn't like going on the radio.
Gotcha.
And there's the Twin Cities. Okay, do you want him to stay in there for a second? Okay. See, that's the official thumb of AM 950 that he just saw there.
They want to show me something, but I'm not seeing what they want me to see.
And we're seeing something a little bit different because we've seen it all night from the other direction with the night vision camera. This is what they're looking at when there's it looks so lit up when we're seeing the night vision, but in fact,
Gotcha. So
'cause
I believe
here's
we
the
had
other
night
side
vision
of
on-
it.
I believe if we had the night vision on this camera, I'd be able to see them because they're telling me they're trying to show themselves, but I'm like I can't visually like see them with my eyes because they're like watch this, and I'm like I'm watching, but I don't see anything.
Yeah, so we just saw something go in front of, well, not in front of Chad, but right in front of the camera. And
Up
so
there?
Yeah, up there right now.
Okay, good.
There you
Because
go. There's another
she's
one.
saying that she's going to show herself to me, and I'm like, I don't see anything, but I'm watching Chad's camera.
And then now we have this. We're in, and this is another, and this is the room once again that Shar had been in. And once again, it's such a different perspective when it's actually not night vision. This is just regular.
Yeah.
And there's the atrium, which is beautiful. I love those purple glowing lights too. Yeah. Yeah, there's our city. And so Chad is walking through the mansion. Meanwhile,
Now, did the Pillsbury family live there in the 1900s?
Just a second, let me pull that one up.
Who lived there in the 1900s? Because that's what I got right now. As Chad,
All right,
I'm
what I've got
following
in my
Chad.
research from 1914 to the mid 20th century, private residence. The house served as a private family mansion for the Pillsbury family.
Yeah.
And then contemporary local history's record for the Gilded Age mansion is just kind of out there in the middle of nowhere. We really don't have any other family names. I'm trying to research obituaries.
So, okay.
To this address currently.
Hold your roll there for a second.
So I just this guy that's coming through very much, and this woman that's supporting him, they are from that era. Now I know the guy himself used to live there, and that is to the Pillsbury name. That's absolute.
So-
But this woman that's there with him, she just chooses to be there, and I don't know what her connection is with him.
So I want to quickly say, First of all, you should ask them what major event had they been a part of. And then also Liz and Shar are saying that they got, and I don't know what device they're using, but they got some entity say that they had a hard life. And also, I've been here 600 years, and that might be through Spirit Box.
Oh, that's amazing. This is kind of neat, guys. I've never done anything like this,
Yeah.
Like legit. I said to Dave, I don't know if I want to do this. I was like, I'm not sure. I don't know. And he's over there. I don't know if you should, but it's okay. It's just
Now-
I don't usually channel anything that's not of the light and that isn't crossed over. But
So Shar also told them that they can't come home with her. Spirit says reflections deceive, and then it says it gets lonely.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
But there is an event that changed Pillsbury's the family. There's an event that changed the Pillsbury family.
Well, it feels like a murder. Was there a murder?
Certainly a death.
And so the death, and it almost feels like this is somebody who's not grown up. Is that correct?
I think so. I think that
Mhm.
there's something to be said about that.
Yeah. It feels very young. I haven't pulled that energy in yet. We can now if you want.
We can, but why don't we go ahead and do this? We need to get a break in. So let's go ahead, take our first break. And when we come back, we're going to continue our conversation with psychic medium Refined Divine as she's walking through the house with us. We have Shar and Liz and other parts of the house investigating. We have Adam back at the station. I'm on the main level with the big table that we've been trying to find the whole night. And we're just going to keep enjoying Halloween. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to GhostBox Radio on AM 950.
So Halloween is right around the corner, and if you're thinking of having a horror movie marathon with friends, you better make sure your home doesn't look like something out of one of those movies. Don't ghost your carpet this fall. My cleaning heroes at Zero Rest can help get all those spooky smells and creepy stains out of your home. Carpet, tile, rugs, upholstery, hardwood, any surface in your home can be Zero Resified. Right now, you can get your entire home Zero Resified from Minnesota's ultimate carpet cleaner with 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at just $129. But there's something even scarier than ghosts and goblins hiding in your home, and it's in your air ducts. This month, take 15% off your air duct and dryer vent cleaning service. Don't let a missed deal haunt you. Call 9520-RES or go to ZeroResMinnesota.com today and ask for the AM 950 special. Backorder forward spells the same. Zero Res.
Twin Cities Con returns to the Minneapolis Convention Center for their 5th year, November 7th through the 9th. Twin Cities Con is a celebration of comics, toys, TV, film, art, cosplay, games, and all things nerdy. There's nothing like Twin Cities Con. It's also a family-friendly event where you can meet your favorite celebrities, browse the vendor hall and artist alley for the coolest merch, watch celebrity Q&As, and even more. Twin Cities Con is bigger and better than before. Come see from the Star Wars universe Ahmad Best, Rosario Dawson and Giancarlo Esposito, Brendan Fraser, and the cast of The Mummy, WWE Wrestling Hall of Famers Sting and Mick Foley, and the voice actors from the hit Disney series Phineas and Ferb, plus more guests to be announced. 3 days of action-packed fun in the heart of Minneapolis at the Minneapolis Convention Center. Tickets start at $50. Kids tickets are just $10 for the entire weekend. VIP tickets also available, including a 3-day weekend pass, plus some really cool VIP perks. More guests will be announced. Buy your tickets and get more information at TwinCitiesCon.com.
And welcome back to GhostBox Radio on AM 950. Chad, with you being here right now, when you walked into one of the rooms when we went to break, was there anybody in any of the rooms? Okay, we got to go back. Adam, did you see this at all? Right when we went to break, Chad went into a room. It didn't look like a wall sconce or anything. It looked like a female. Were you with him at the end? But oh my gosh! I mean, I don't know.
Wasn't Shar Liz behind him?
I thought that they were. I thought that they were in one of the rooms.
Yeah, so did I. I thought Shar and Liz had gotten up and joined Chad. We will definitely go back and be reviewing this.
Did you see what it was right as we were right?
Yeah, as we were going to break, I thought they all joined up at one spot.
And it looked like Shar, actually.
Yeah, I knew it was a female form. I wasn't sure if it was Shar or Liz.
Deb, did you see? No, Liz and Char, like it wasn't us.
Not
Deb, did you
them.
see?
I was like, it's not them. It's the lady.
I mean, it was. I mean, I was just like, and I didn't know what to do. I just the whole break. It's like I can't wait for the break to get over. I wanted to see if anyone else saw this. I mean, it could just be a light sconce in the room or something. But that
when you go back, you're gonna see it. I guarantee it.
It'll be about the 2-hour, 20-minute mark. I'm gonna do that to myself.
Yes, it was. That gives me chills. That was incredible. Holy cow! Wow. Was it cold up there? No, that's wow. That's whew. Well, that was I don't know. You know, as we do this over time, there's certain things that just pop out to you because you just like, that's not right. That's whatever that wasn't right. And I don't mean like bad, but it was just not. Now, Liz Shar says kid. I don't know which one said it. Are you getting that? You think that's what it is, or did you hear something on one of the devices that you were listening to? Wow, that's insane. So we're going to go back to Mansion Cam. Are you still good doing more? Or are you tired? Whatever you want to do. Do you want to go down to the boiler room? I mean, okay. All right. That man, really? That's awesome. Folks, that's what this is all about. I'm sorry. Halloween, seeing stuff, and we're not trying to be trying to scare people purposely or anything. This is just what we see. And we can go back later. It was on Spirit Talker. Thank you very much for that. We can go back later and maybe it's not quite what we see, but there is 3 of us who are just like, nope, that's pretty incredible. So Chad is going down to the boiler room right now, Deb. And, this is, I don't think any of us have been down here before.
I was just going to say, I bet you gets the heebie-jeebies down here.
He didn't want to go, and I'm not saying this as making fun of him. He didn't want to go down there, and the camera now looks like it's frozen. How convenient. Okay, there we go. Oh, it's nicely lit. There's nothing to be afraid of down there, unless all the lights go out. Oh, that's a long corridor. My goodness. Look at that. I swear there's some kind of light anomaly in here. There wasn't a car that went by either. It just kind of went around the room in here. That's kind of cool. Oh, look at that. Yeah, that's Chad's final resting place, if I'm not mistaken. His wife Angie's here, and she's like, "What?" So,
wow,
like that. That's the OG right there, isn't it? That's pretty incredible.
That's the thing that horror movies are made of right there.
It really is. It really is. That's beautiful though. Like the windows that are high up like that. Yeah, this is neat. I don't know. Chad, give us an official thumbs up if it's creepy down there at all. It may not be. I mean, it doesn't need to be. It could just be a boiler.
It feels creepy to me.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look welcoming in any possible way. I mean, I'll give you that. But yeah, that's cool.
I'm not getting any spirit activity, but it definitely doesn't feel welcoming.
No, but I love the brickwork. I love I just love how all that just is so cool. That's so neat. Yeah, I like that. And I like the fact, I was going to say, I like the fact they haven't taken it out. I don't think you could do that very easily at all. It's best to leave it there forever. Yeah, that's cool.
This thing heats pipes, right? Is that right?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay.
I believe that's how that works. I guess you're right. I suppose it could still be in working order. I really don't know anything about anything like that. So
I just got it. It makes pipes hot, and that's how it gets heated.
Keeps the helps with the.
I mean, I don't know if that's true, but that's what I just got.
Yeah. Now upstairs, they got the name Betsy upstairs. And
I'm telling you, there's a lot. When I first came on, there was like 16, 20 different at a time.
Yeah. Yeah, there's just a lot of that's cool. This place it goes on and then it says to Liz and Shar, they say they were told listen upstairs. Is that a message for us, not for them, but for us?
I believe it's for us.
Right. So
Now we were going upstairs earlier where they wanted to show me something. Remember?
right. And Shar and Liz said that they asked that if it was a message for us down here, and they don't have an answer yet. Nothing came through as an answer. To me, that seems to be almost like a no-brainer. That is
because they wanted me to go there earlier, so I'm guessing yes.
So yeah. Well, I mean, do they have like a specific place that they want you to go to, or?
Yeah. Hold on. Is there 4 rooms up there?
There's a lot of rooms up there, yeah.
Right up to the top, when he gets to the top of the stairs, there should be 4 doors. I want you to go to the 4th door.
All right. Well, Chad looks like he's going outside instead.
That's okay.
Oh, now he's
oh my God, that's gorgeous. Wow.
Now he's getting in his car. No, I'm just kidding.
And now he's leaving after the
now
boiler
he's
room.
driving away.
And now that's it.
Yep. Yeah, isn't that beautiful?
Oh my gosh.
Boo.
What you got back there, Dave?
Okay, so the 4th door is the black hallway that they've been talking about.
Oh, I don't know if I want to go down that.
Which
They're going to see my chicken side now, Greg. They're going to see my chicken side.
Wish Dave happy Halloween.
Dave, Greg says happy Halloween. Happy Halloween. Dave's over here crapping his pants. He's scared. He didn't like this stuff.
Yeah, he's kind of a baby, isn't he?
He's a pansy. Yep.
Yeah, he's something else. Look at that. Isn't that just amazing? That has to be
beautiful.
That must be the other side. Okay, yeah, that's the other side. Folks, once again, come on out. Come out to check out the Minneapolis Trolley Tours and go to MinneapolisTrolleyTours.com. I mean, I say that because if you want to be able to experience this beautiful location, just to be able to see it, take part in this is fantastic. Minnesota right here. Much funny enough, Liz and Shar says they got the message, I'm in the trees, as Chad is outside. Did I hear Dave go, oh my God? Did he crap his pants on live radio?
Yes, you did. That was Dave live in the flesh.
Just showing his very frightened chicken self right now. Yeah, that's crazy. I'm in the trees as Chad is out there. Better him than us, right?
All right, quick question. As Chad's been going through and we've been talking about, the different names, the tables and things like that. Is there any chance that you feel that some of these names that have popped up either through Shar and Liz or yourself or anything else, would they have possibly been servants?
One feels like a groundskeeper. One feels like it used to take care of the place, but it feels like tons and tons of books, tons of books during that time.
Upstairs, they got the word freezing, so they must be in my house.
I was just wondering because there is at least what I found. Hold on, let me look at that again. I want to make sure I get this right. There were 5 employees who passed away while it was still in the hands of the Pillsbury family. However, I am not able to find names if they were male, female, or anything like that. But it does say that there was at least 5 deaths of help during that time period between 1914 and the mid 20th century.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I very much feel like the woman that's talking to Shar used to be some kind of groundskeeper or used to maintenance.
Right. Very interesting. Very. Shar is getting that one was a cook.
That can make a lot of sense.
Yeah, that's and folks from the folks in the chat, because something was covering up saying that we had comments, because amateur AM over here. Pet Granny says hearing music, is it from outside, is actually from inside. On the main floor there's a very much a sort of a party vibe, and I mean, when I say party, I don't mean like people going crazy or anything. It's just kind of a club sort of vibe, very energetic, very fun, get people really ready to go for the tours. But when we get upstairs, there is, like where Shar and Liz is right now on the screen, you can't hear any of this. So it's perfect. Even the second floor, you can't. Let's see here. I saw the Crystal Psychic says she saw the lady. Damien says maid hung for witchcraft or practice. I don't, honestly, that has nothing like that has ever been certified. Possibly the fact that some of this stuff is from the UK, from the 1600s or something. Maybe that's where we might hear that, but
definitely not in the house. There's
not in the
anything like
house.
that.
Not in the current iteration of what it is. What is Shar doing? Is she okay? That's crazy. Man, there's a lot of stuff happening here. I don't know if Liz, let us know if we need. Then the orb flew away from the door. We opened the door because we heard a man. You heard a man. Then the orb flew away from the door. That's cool. That's really cool, man. This place is not disappointing. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, it's really cool.
This place is doing everything it says on the tin right now. That's incredible. Wow. But I'm on the big table everyone's been looking for, and just running a show over here. No, nothing else has been going on over at the station, huh, Adam?
The REM pod has not gone off since right before 6 p.m. And the recorder is still running. I still have my orange light, unlike when Wade was on, and it decided to turn itself off. So everything over here has been good. The VIP hasn't gone off either.
Okay, so just kind of an update of what's going on, what we're looking at up on the floor with Shar and Liz. They opened the door. They opened the door because they heard a man. Then the orb flew away from the door. Then the REM pod went off for the first time. Shar freaked out. Something came through, says, "I'm touching your hand," and Shar got goosebumps. Damn. Right?
Yeah, and that makes sense because that's where they were getting that activity earlier when we had Wade on. I think whoever they had contacted isn't done trying to communicate with those two.
Well, and it looks like that it is very much kind of concentrated on the third floor between that room, the hallway, and the dark hallway, would be my guess.
And I'm wondering if it's because of the party atmosphere downstairs that they're wanting to be noticed, so they're sticking around where they can be noticed.
Well, one of the things that we always talk about is, we always say when you're doing an investigation, you're not allowed to take our energy, but there's a lot of energy here. And so they're taking the energy from the festivities itself. And I think that that's taking a part of it as well. More stuff that Shar and Liz got, Victorian, and I was killed.
Oh, that could totally be something that's attached to the interior of the house then.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very much.
That is so cool.
It has quite a history for sure. That, here's the thing. We know about the exterior of the house and the house as it stands from a certain period of time when it was built here, but we know where the interior came from, but we don't know the full history of the interior. Deb, I don't know if you saw the stairwell. That's from if I'm not mistaken, that's from a castle in Scotland.
Wow.
Now, what also came through was, please keep talking. No one has ever said that to me before. So that's pretty nice.
It just feels so friendly. It just really does. Like I don't know. Everything that keeps coming through just seems inviting, like excited that people are actually trying to communicate. Likes the communication. They don't like to be alone. It doesn't feel like, like a lot of these places that have ghosts that are trapped or, don't want to be there, but that's not the case here at all. It doesn't feel like that at all. It feels like they very much want to be there.
So you see them over in the corner over there. And the please keep talking is for Shar and Liz, because they're talking to the room with the REM pod. So the REM pod's answering them. And there was another noise that was made, and the REM pod is actively responding to the name Ralph. Should we do we want to take off the audio? Let's hear them a little bit, kind of see what
Yeah, go ahead. I'm gonna pop off here and just watch the rest of this, Greg. This is so interesting. Tomorrow we're gonna be in the Onalaska Stony Creek, guys, for our last holistic fair of the year. So if you guys want to join us, we're having a costume party and a holistic fair. I just think this is just amazing.
This is really something. Now, Deb, if you anything comes to you, please send us a note, okay?
I will. Thanks.
All right. Thank you for joining us. Happy Halloween to you and Dave.
Yeah, happy Halloween.
Okay. We apologize. It's a little hard to hear, but they're doing an investigation up on the 3rd floor in the big, very vast room. A lot of echoing. They also said the door is open in here too. Little door. Don't remember it being open before. But something seems to have taken their attention in the back of the room there, if you're watching. Ralph is under 15. He's the one that wants help. He is asking for help. So what that means is that they may want help crossing over or something like that. And the children are hurt. So he might have been part of this mansion for a while. He might be stuck, which is not unusual. It sounds like that he has neck torture. He was shot at the age of 15, a long time ago, my guess. Right now, they're trying to figure out how many kids that needs help. There seems to be a number of them here. We had Victorian come through before. Now we have Victoria, another name. Thank you to Liz, who is keeping me updated through text. They're at 6 children so far that may need some help. 8. I feel like the count from Sesame Street. 8 children. That's incredible. That's really something. Talking about the 1700s again.
That has very much seemed to be a reoccurring theme while they're
Yeah, very much so. I know it's hard to hear, but they're asking a lot of questions to figure out what they're dealing with. I have some ideas for some better sound for our next investigation. I hear some errant voices as well. I don't know if you've been hearing that at all, Adam.
I do, and I can't quite tell if they're coming from downstairs or if they're from within that room that they're now entering, and we're hearing, the residual sound.
Or in the room with you. No, I'm just kidding.
I wouldn't be shocked at this place. And Liz just put it in the comment that they just got the word here.
And also that it's lighting up the same color each time on the REM pod, which is that's a sign of an intelligent response. Thompson came through. This is what we need to do. We need to get a break in here. When we come back, we'll continue on. There's a male voice that just came through. I don't think it's out. Do you hear that?
Yeah, Chad's muted, so it wasn't on his end.
Well, he's right next to me. He hasn't spoken.
Okay, then yeah, it definitely wasn't on his end.
Let's do this. Let's get a break in. When we come back, we'll continue our investigation, get some more Halloween stuff done. If anyone's seeing anything, put in the comments. If you want to call in about what you're wearing for your Halloween costume, you're more than welcome to. We are live at the Pillsbury Club in Minneapolis, the home of the Minneapolis Trolley Tours. Folks, don't go anywhere. You're listening to GhostBox Radio on this very special Halloween. We'll be right back.
Have you ever met someone who not only can help you on a deep spiritual level, but also potentially change your life? Refined Divine is an extremely gifted psychic medium who travels the nation and lives right here in the Midwest. And she offers mediumship, mentorship, house and business parties, energy healing, palm readings, and so much more. Refined Divine has helped thousands, and she can help you.
Hi, this is Psychic Medium Deb. I cannot wait to hear from you. You can go to refinedivinepsychic.com.
This job requires a leader to do what's right. It starts by telling the truth and being honest about the problems that we're facing. Mayor Fry has been honest about sharing real solutions. Senator Fateh, not so sure. Mayor Fry is committed to restoring the city's vitality. Minneapolis needs sound, steady, and honest leadership. That's Jacob Fry.
This independent expenditure is paid for by all of Minneapolis. It is not coordinated with or approved by any candidate, nor is any candidate responsible for it.
When was the last time you had your roof inspected for extreme weather and hail damage? This is Chad, owner of AM 950, to talk about the exterior construction company I trust, Snap Construction. If you've noticed new roofing projects in your neighborhood, your home was likely hit by hail last summer and experienced damage. Snap Construction is helping homeowners like you, and they're the roofing specialists I trust. They are the most well-reviewed contractor in the Twin Cities and have a ton of positive customer reviews from homeowners just like you. Even better, Snap Construction's installations are backed by a lifetime warranty, so you know you're dealing with a qualified roofing expert. You want to work with a company that will be here for a long time after the work is done. Snap Construction has handled thousands of claims and will help you through the process. Do yourself a favor and get a free roofing inspection so you have the facts and peace of mind you deserve. Call Snap Construction today at 612-333-SNAP. That's 612-333-SNAP, or visit snapconstruction.com.
And welcome back to GhostBox Radio on AM 950. My name is Greg Bakun. Thank you very much for joining us. Join us on Monday for GhostBox Radio with Greg Bakun. We are going to have Tim Rayborn back. We're going to talk about his newest book on Tuesday. We're going to have Ben Penfold from Twin Cities Con. He's going to sit down and talk to us about what to expect this coming week. And then on Wednesday, I'm pretty excited about this. We're going to have on Patty O'Keefe, and she is a witch that deals with Appalachian mountain curses and magic. and that's going to be very interesting. I've been wanting to do a program about that for a while. We have some great programs actually coming up here this month, or the month of November, so we're very excited about that as well. And we're actually going to do it right this time. We have somebody coming on talking about Haunted Disney. Shar, right? We're going to do it right this time, Shar. We're going to, right, Adam? You know what I'm talking about, right?
As long as we don't start having a 20-minute conversation about pencils, this will be great.
Yeah, this will be good stuff. What did you get there, Shar? So, so on Spirit Talker, they're coming downstairs. It says, "Do you feel me? You are connected. We like investigators. The Loft."
I think we just found a new favorite place.
Isn't that something? That's really cool. Do you want to sit down and we can see if we can actually hook in? Adam, do you want to talk for about 2 minutes? I want to see if I can hook the headphones in for Shar this time, and because I'd love for her to talk about a little bit about what was going on upstairs. Okay.
Oh, absolutely. So as you folks have been viewing and listening, know we are at the Pillsbury Club in Minneapolis. It was a mansion that was constructed between 1912 and 1914, that being the exterior outside, which is mainly limestone. And for those of you who stick to the stone tape theory, there could be a lot of residual haunts. Now, mind you, that is just the exterior. The interior of the house dates back to the 1400s from the UK. Scotland, England, Wales, so many spots out there in the UK have an imprint on this house with the woodworking and everything on the inside. We're about to enter the 4th hour of our investigation at the Pillsbury Club in Minneapolis, Minnesota. We currently have Shar, Liz, and then we have Chad and Greg out there at the site. If you're watching us on YouTube, you've been able to see some of the great work that Chad's been able to do with the camera, showing you just how extensive this place is. And we're getting all kinds of names through not only Spirit Box, we have EVPs we will need to be going over. And of course, stay tuned in to GhostBox Radio next week. Anything that we got off of recorders or any evidence, we will bring forward to you next week on GhostBox Radio as well. If there was something that came through, and we will definitely be playing that for you.
Yeah, that sounds really good. And I wanted to get Shar. Shar and Liz has been upstairs for the past, really the past 3 hours. And the last half an hour in particular, Shar, looks like it was, and I got to get over here because I don't have your sound up here. The last half an hour in particular seemed pretty intense.
It was so cool. Oh my gosh. So we were in the hallway for a while, and we were having some not real great things coming through. I mean, it was just kind of scattered stuff. It wasn't anything like super specific. But
sure.
Then, it said you need to move locations over here, which we didn't really know what over here was, and we were trying to get them to make a noise or something, but it didn't. The tripwire went off a couple times in response to us moving, so we got it. We went back up to that big room, and we were getting some random things, but most of the stuff was saying the kids are here, the kids need help. There was a lot of kid references. And so we're like, okay, well, there's something going on with kids. So we were standing there, and then all of a sudden outside the door that goes to the stairwell, we heard like a guy's voice.
Oh, wow.
And I looked at Liz, and she's like, "Oh, that's in the hallway." And I'm like, "Yeah, but nobody's in the hallway."
Yeah, right. Exactly.
So I opened the door and I looked and I listened, and I couldn't hear anything, like no sounds from down here or nothing. And I'm like, "Well, what's that about?" And then as I was shutting the door is when she said there was an orb that flew up from the door. And then within a few seconds, the REM pod went off for the first time. And we're like, "Oh my gosh, this is crazy." And then it just got cold, and we both got goosebumps all over. So it was really cool. So then I was like, okay, well, let's start asking questions. And we started getting more kid references again. So we went by the door and we started asking if the kids were here, and they were responding. Every time I'd ask a question, they would respond. And it was counting. It was going off for us to count, and it stopped after 8. So we knew there was 8. There is, like you can see in this hallway, that little trap door, or whatever you want to call it, on the side there.
That thing?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because everybody saw you point at it.
Well, I was just thinking that I was just going to make sure I wanted to know because that's the one that Liz is going to go through. She promised. Yeah.
Well, that one in that room where the REM pod is open, and I don't remember it being open before.
Oh, okay.
And so we're like, okay, that's interesting. So then what we did was we're like, okay, well, we started talking. We got the kid references. We got some more things. We got the name Ralph, and it went off again for Ralph. And then we're like, basically, they want help, which is like one of the things we said. The kids want help. The kids need to be heard. We're here. And so it was just like the kids really wanted our attention. So
what do you think it means by they want help, or is it more of they want the attention, or do you think they actually need something more than that?
I think they need help. I think they came over with the stuff because they referenced 1700,
right?
Victorian, and we got the word medieval. So they're like we're getting these all references exactly.
I mean that's what this place is.
Right, exactly. So we're getting all these references. Like I think they feel like they're trapped here, or they came over with something, and then we asked. I said, we're going to go downstairs for a minute. Is it okay if we come back? And it went off again. And then I double checked. I said, do you want us to stay here now? And it didn't do anything. And I said, okay, do you want us to come back? And it said assurance, and it went off.
Wow.
So yeah, so they really want us to come back up there. So I guess you're going up there with me later.
No, am I? No.
Yeah.
What's that? Adam's going to take over. Yeah. Well, I mean, we can do that at the 10 o'clock hour.
Yeah.
And I can come back down around 11 and finish up here. Adam, if you're okay with that.
I'm good. We'll see. We'll start seeing our numbers go down, but yeah, I'm good with that.
Hardly. No, that's pretty incredible. These places, these rooms, they're just so beautiful. And which room do you think? Where do we need to go when we go back upstairs?
Definitely that room right there.
Right there.
Yeah, that was where we were getting all that activity in that room to the left where it's dark in the back.
Yeah.
That's where the REM pod is, and that's where it was going off. And it was crazy that just the sequence of events of the grunt, the door opening, the orb, and then the REM going off all at once, like in order. And it was like, whoa, wait a minute. So I don't know. We need to go back up there. That's all I know.
Right. No. And there's a point while we were watching, and Liz put it in the comments as well, that something kind of either took you by surprise.
It was at the point when the REM pod went off, we were like, oh my gosh, we got super excited. But then there was this rush of cold air that came at us. And it was just like from head to toe goosebumps. And I wasn't freaked out. I was super excited. I was like, oh my God.
I was wondering if you were excited.
I was excited. It was like, this is it. This is happening.
That's all we want. We want it to be happening. That's all.
Exactly.
So it's interesting since we've had both of these cameras up, and we've had them each one on for at least 3 minutes or 5, maybe even close to 5. There hasn't been anything that has come up. No orb-like structure or anything like that.
Seems to be just when we go in there.
Yeah.
And it's not a dusty location. It really is not dusty at all. So I mean, I can't blame it on us kicking up dust because the floor is not dusty.
Well, I mean, Norman has outlawed dust in his house. I mean, that is not going to happen. So that's
yes, it's amazing. This is by far amazing. And well, for a while there, me and Liz were just watching Chad go down to the boiler room to see if he was going to come back. So
we didn't think we lost that bet. We didn't think he was going to come back. We actually thought for a minute he was just going to go to his car and drive off. But he didn't.
But
so
that was cool too. That when he was outside and it said we're in the trees.
Totally. So we're running up against the end of the hour. What we're going to do is we're going to take a break. When we come back, I'm going to go up there with Shar and Liz. We're going to do some investigating up there. Adam is going to take care of things, and he's going to tell everyone what's going on, and hopefully you all can hear us. We'll do our best. And we're finishing up hour 3 of our special GhostBox Radio presentation. Don't go anywhere. We're just getting started. You're listening to GhostBox Radio on AM 950.
Hey, Minnesota, it's your favorite sexy liberal. Join me and my fellow cohorts in liberal justice weekdays from 8 to 11 on AM 950 KTNF, St. Louis Park, Minneapolis, St. Paul, the progressive voice of Minnesota.
Fund the SNAP food aid program during the government shutdown. Earlier, President Trump told reporters,
I'm president. I want to help everybody. I want to help Democrats and the Republicans. But when you're talking about SNAP, if you look, it's largely Democrats. They're hurting their own people.
a development on the military's policy toward transgender troops. Lisa Dwyer has it.
The Pentagon has rolled out a new policy that will severely undercut the ability for transgender troops who have been banned from the armed services by the Trump administration to turn to boards of their peers to argue for their right to stay in the military. A memo to all services says if military separation boards decide to allow transgender service members to remain in uniform, commanders can override that decision. That breaks with longstanding policy that boards act independently. It's the Pentagon's latest step to drive transgender troops out of the armed forces following an executive order from President Donald Trump. I'm Lisa Dwyer.
On Wall Street, stocks closed with modest gains to finish off a winning week and month. And Jennifer King has a recall of note.
Is there a carcinogen in your blood pressure medication? The FDA says drug makers, including Teva Pharmaceuticals, have recalled over 500,000 bottles of prazosin hydrochloride capsules, a medicine prescribed by doctors to relax blood vessels. It's sometimes used to treat prostate issues or prescribed off-label for nightmares and sleeping problems associated with post-traumatic stress disorder. Some of the recalled prazosin hydrochloride capsules contain nitrosamines, impurities that form during manufacture or storage as substances degrade. Low levels of nitrosamines are common in water and foods, but because they're considered potentially cancer-causing, the government has set daily intake limits. The FDA advises patients to talk to their healthcare professionals about concerns and other treatment options. I'm Jennifer King.
This is AP News.
Girls and boys in poverty around the world are dreaming of a better life, filled with dance, art, music, and knowledge. They dream of a brighter future with enough nutritious food to eat, a chance to learn and grow, to get an education, escape poverty, and do incredible things. Today, thanks to Children International and friends like you, such dreams are coming true. Together, we give children a chance to set their sights high and succeed in school and in life by ensuring that they have access to healthcare, education, life skills, and so much more, so they can grow, thrive, and believe in themselves. Learn more about Children International and join us in our life-changing work at children.org today. Together, we can help end poverty for good.
Are you one of thousands of individuals who know you have psychic abilities but don't know how to tap into your higher self? Refined Divine is an extremely gifted psychic medium who offers classes that can help you reach your goals. Refined Divine holds classes Monday and Thursday at her 2 locations and via Zoom. Classes consist of manifestation, learning psychic abilities, shadow work, and healing trauma. Refined Divine has helped thousands, and she can help you.
This is Psychic Medium Deb. You can go to refineddivinepsychic.com.
Greg Bakun here. I love historic tours of Minneapolis and seeing everything it has to offer. But if you know me, I like to include a little spooky in my tours, which is why I found the perfect combination. Minneapolis Trolley Tours does this amazing candlelight ghost tour that you have to check out. It's an extremely immersive experience. It's a trolley trip that starts out at a haunted mansion, traveling around Minneapolis locations, exposing ghost stories that the public and business owners would rather left untold. Then a tour of the aforementioned haunted mansion where ghosts of past residents from the 1800s reside, plus a lot of surprises to discover. Next, experience Gertrude's After Hours. Did I mention Gertrude is the mansion's most famous ghost? Maybe she'll show up. And you finish up the tour at Gertrude's Lounge in the haunted basement of the mansion with refreshments and Q&A. The trolleys are climate controlled and the mansion is restored to perfection. Check out MinneapolisTrolleyTours.com for more information.
With your AM 950 weather, I'm Patrick Lilia. Tonight, rain possible with a low of 38, and Saturday, cloudy with a high of 45. Time is running out to get your tickets for the legendary Paul Metz's 70th birthday party this Sunday night at 7 o'clock at the Astor House in Minneapolis. This event is an AM 950 fundraiser and features a full bar and delicious food menu. Get your tickets at am950radio.com.
Portions of the following program may be pre-recorded.
And welcome back to AM 950 and GhostBox Radio with Greg Bakun. This is Adam, and we are entering the final hour, believe it or not, of the 4-hour Halloween extravaganza that is taking place in Minneapolis, and that is at the Pillsbury Club, the new home of the Trolley Tours. John and Norman have once again been absolutely fantastic at giving us a location again this year to investigate. And right now on the third floor, we've got Greg, Liz, and Shar up on the third floor. We're going to see if we can hear what they are doing right now up there on that third floor. This is the first time Greg has actually gotten a chance to investigate this house. In fact, this is the first time anyone has gotten a chance to investigate this wonderful mansion that John and Norman have been able to provide for us for this evening's adventure. So we're going to try and see if we can hear them real quick and go from there. So we don't have their audio right now, but just got a chat from Liz, who's up there with them. As soon as they walked in, it said, "I'm over here," and the REM pod went off. So the REM pod in question is, if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, the REM pod in question is actually in the doorway that's behind Greg. It's this darkened area where they've been getting some responses for the last half an hour or so up there on this third floor. Now, mind you, this giant room they have is not just the third floor. The hallway that Shar and Liz have been in most of the evening as well, that is also part of the third floor, plus a number of rooms as well on that floor. In fact, in grand total, there's 45 rooms altogether at the Pillsbury Club. The outer portion of the Pillsbury Club was completed in 1914, which, as we've mentioned as well throughout the broadcast, the interior of the house dates back to as far as the 1400s. They are getting responses as well from, let's say, Victorian. They've gotten the term 1700s a couple of times, and up in the room that they are currently in, that you folks who are watching on Facebook and YouTube, that room that they've been talking to for the last half hour, they've gotten what they say 8 children possibly residing, if you will, in the spirit realm in this room and in this house. That is what we've got going on so far with that, as well as other evidence we've caught this evening. We've gotten some in very good orbs, and we're going to see if we can hear their Q&A real quick. So I'm going to go silent and see if we get anything from them.
We came back up here. Can you let us know where you are and what you need? I know, it's looking up. Are you up there? Is it fun to sit up there and watch?
So they got the term freeze and then asked if they're playing a game, and now they're asking if they can go back into that back room with them.
It's a joke. All right, well, we're here. What do you need? Where do you want us to go? Can you make a sound?
It appears they're using an audio device. I will double check. They just got the term choking.
Well, it's not spirit rock out there. We prefer the show starter. Yeah. That first? No. The mine? All right. Okay, we're gonna sit down. Can you let us know where you are? If you're in the hallway, you can connect the lights out there and let us know you're out there too. You want to come play a game with us? We did hear you, but we can't find you.
And for those of you listening, that bumping, that bang was them sitting on the floor as they are now trying to do a question and answer, call and response, if you will, with the spirits. They just got the term, "You heard us."
We're recording now.
Okay. Speak now. Okay, so can you finish this or help me do this song? If you're happy and now, clap your hands. If you're happy and now, clap your hands. If you're happy and now, then your face will surely show. If you're happy and now, clap your hands. And this is the fun one. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. Yeah. Not very common.
No, it isn't.
And just so everyone is aware, they are currently using the Spirit Talker app, which
Please. From the tripwire or? Oh my gosh. Oh my God. Casper. Hi there.
So we have a little cat that came through, we all saw this like, black cat moving, so we kind of like, that was fun.
Should we listen?
Yes, let's listen to that.
That's you.
And that cat you heard was a working cat. And that cat was alive. And for those of you watching on Facebook and YouTube, you probably saw the shadow of the cat before that happened. There is a cat that runs around the Pillsbury Mansion. Also, for those of you who would like to see more of the Pillsbury Mansion, other than what you've seen here, obviously go to the Trolley Tours website. You can peep that out. Also, you can follow at Pillsbury Club on Instagram, see everything there is about this house. It is gorgeous. This mansion is fantastic. I haven't even been there, just from what I saw on Wednesday night and tonight. But please go follow the Instagram, and that's at Pillsbury Club on Insta. You'll be able to see everything that they have in that house.
We keep getting a reference to the neck. The neck painting, choking, and now it's in my neck. So we keep getting like the neck reference.
Right.
Over and over again.
What about hang? Someone being hanged. I mean, I guess that's what I'm kind of getting at. Is it that possibly something?
Possibly because neck torture. I don't know if it's actually .com or.
No.
But really neck a lot.
Now, Danny had said in the comments, he was picking up on a maid that was hanged. But there's no record of that. Okay. And my thought was, if that's the case, maybe it's something from energy from the interior when it's brought over.
I can't move on.
You stuck here?
It definitely feels like it doesn't feel like somebody's calm on purpose.
Right.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like it fell and that calm.
Mm-hmm.
What's about to begin? Can you tell me? Do you need help moving on?
They also got the term Virginia through their device as well. That's what Liz and Char are telling me through the chat here. So Virginia is another name that's come through.
You guys have been amazing tonight at communicating, so thank you so much for that. It always takes a lot of energy and you're not used to it.
Am I a hindrance here because I'm a new member to the group and you all have connected so much before I showed up?
Thank you. Can you do that again? East.
Oh, thank you.
Well, they just got a big bang, and then it sounds like another
I'm trying to think here.
We can.
Which way is downtown? Because that'd be north, south, that east,
West.
that west, that east.
You just said that.
Are you wanting to get there?
Do you need help? Do you need help finding the light?
Again,
Have you been around for a really
All
long
right. So
time?
Greg had asked, am I a hindrance? And they got the response, you are a blessing. And then the word heaven.
There's lots of it. And something's going on. Holy cow.
You don't have a lot more time left. Is there anything else? You lost your parents, I'm sorry. What else can you tell us?
And Liz has just reported they've now gotten the term medieval several times during the investigation here.
Something really serious is going on.
And they just got the term, I lost my hair. Those are the latest two that have come through.
We've been asking, and we want to be sure, do you need our help crossing over?
You were loved too.
So are you.
You were very much loved. And if we can help you, we will, but we're not sure where you are.
Greg had just asked if they need help crossing over. And it sounds like they got the term. They got the term. They said, she killed us.
A lot of affirmation.
And we're very supportive.
Yeah.
And then the term, you are loved.
We want to help you. We're here to help you if you need it.
Let us know how we can help you.
We are going to have to take a break here on GhostBox Radio with Greg Bakun. They are currently live at the Pillsbury Club in Minneapolis, Minnesota. We are in the final hour of our 4-hour Halloween investigation of the Grand Pillsbury Club in Minneapolis. We're going to leave the camera on during the break so that if anything happens, you'll be able to see it. And please, if you guys see any horror, lights, anything weird in these videos, please throw it into the comments. We are going to be right back after these words. You're listening to GhostBox Radio on AM 950.
Have you ever met someone who not only can help you on a deep spiritual level, but also potentially change your life? Refined Divine is an extremely gifted psychic medium who travels the nation and lives right here in the Midwest. And she offers mediumship, mentorship, house and business parties, energy healing, palm readings, and so much more. Refined Divine has helped thousands help you.
Hi, this is Psychic Medium Deb. I cannot wait to hear from you. You can go to refinedivinepsychic.com.
Greg Bakun here. I've told you about the out-of-the-world roast beef sandwiches at Maverick's Real Roast Beef, but I haven't told you about their Philly steak sandwiches, turkey, bacon, avocado, fish sandwiches. Hey, you get the idea. They make a lot of delicious food to the same standard as their famous roast beef sandwiches, and now I'm starving. I'm going to go to Maverick's Real Roast Beef off Lexington and Roseville, and you need to go too. Check out their menu at mavericksbeef.com.
Greg Bakun here. I love historic tours of Minneapolis and seeing everything it has to offer. But if you know me, I like to include a little spooky in my tour, which is why I found the perfect combination. Minneapolis Trolley Tours does this amazing candlelight ghost tour that you have to check out. It's an extremely immersive experience. It's a trolley trip that starts out at a haunted mansion, traveling around Minneapolis locations exposing ghost stories that the public and business owners would rather left untold. Then a tour of the aforementioned haunted mansion where ghosts of past residents from the 1800s reside, plus a lot of surprises to discover. Next, experience Gertrude's After Hours. Did I mention Gertrude is the mansion's most famous ghost? Maybe she'll show up. And you finish up the tour at Gertrude's Lounge in the haunted basement of the mansion with refreshments and Q&A. The trolleys are climate controlled and the mansion is restored to perfection. Check out MinneapolisTrolleyTours.com for more information.
And welcome back to GhostBox Radio with Greg Bakun on AM 950. Greg right now is currently out with Liz and Char. They're at the Pillsbury Club in Minneapolis as we are in our final hour of our 4-hour Halloween spectacular. If you want to go back and watch the video at all as well, see if there's anything you want to catch that we may have missed over the video, you can find the video once it's done on the AM 950 YouTube page or MN Ghostbox official YouTube page as well. The audio will also be posted before too long here, so you'll actually be able to listen to this again tomorrow. And throughout the week, where Greg and I will be going through the video and audio, and if there was any evidence caught, we will be producing it to you later on in the week. A couple of other things real quick before I send it back out to Greg, Char, and Liz out at the Pillsbury Club. If you like what you're seeing with the Pillsbury Club, the show that we had on Wednesday, we had Chad walking around with a handy cam showing you a bunch of the place. You've been able to see a little bit of it here tonight, but if you want to see it all, hit up their Instagram at Pillsbury Club on Instagram. Go to their website, or you know what, even better, go to the Minnesota Trolley Tours, take the tours. The buses that they use, the trolleys that they use are amazing, and they are temperature and climate controlled, so even if it's cold out, you won't feel it. We are going back now to Greg and Char and Liz up on the 3rd floor currently of the Pillsbury Club in Minneapolis.
Well, thank you so much for chatting. I think maybe we'll try somewhere else.
Yeah.
Well, when you're in here and you still want to chat with us, you can come with us to the next room that we go to. You just can't leave the building with us.
No.
So if you want to come to the next room that we're going to go to, if that's easier for you to come there, you are more than welcome. We will make our way to another spot. Can you go to the 2nd floor?
Sure.
Okay. Right. Adam, we're going to go to the 2nd floor where all the chairs are. So if you want to lead us over there, we'll be over there.
And currently they are on their way to the 2nd floor. Also during the break, it looks like they've got another phrase from Spirit, and they were hearing sounds, and then they came through, "You're aware of me." And yes, very much we are, Greg, Char, and Liz are very much aware of everything going on in there tonight. What's been absolutely amazing is, at least in my point of view, is all the references to the 1700s, the references to medieval, the references to the Victorian era, especially with all the insides of this building coming from Europe dating back to the 1400s. That is very, very intelligent results and answers that they've gotten to plenty of their questions this evening. So we're heading up to the 2nd floor. It's going to be Greg, Liz, and Char up there on that floor. I've already moved the camera over there. For those of you who are watching on YouTube and Facebook, you're able to see that there's looks like 5 chairs kind of in a circle, and that is where they will be hanging out for this next segment of GhostBox Radio in the live. They're going to be heading in there in a moment. Once again, if you do want to go back and watch this again, it is going to be available after the stream is over on the AM 950 YouTube page. It is also going to be available on MN Ghostbox Official's YouTube page as well, so you can go back and watch any part of this that you would need to or would like to. But we have gotten a ton of answers. And it looks like they got a little sidetracked in the hallway. Let's see if I've got a camera with them in the hallway. Looks like not that hallway. Let's check out this one. And it looks like they're going on the screen now. They're here somewhere. Or maybe they got lost in the mansion. There is 45 rooms, 4 stories. The place is absolutely beautiful and gigantic. If you want to see more pictures, go to Pillsbury Club on Instagram. They've got you covered for sure. And it looks like the latest response they got from being sidetracked in the hallway was the year 1870. 1870. They got the year 1870. I'm going to turn on a couple of the mics and see if by some chance we can hear any question and answer or call and response they're trying to do.
There we are. Okay.
All right. As you can see, they have entered the room. They are
I don't think we're muted. No, we're not muted. Okay.
All right.
All right. We're back. We thought we would come see who might be over here. Did you guys shut the door?
One.
And yeah, this is a haunted location, or maybe it's just Greg, because as soon as they
Do the
walk,
spirit box one again.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not. We're not mocking you. What do you think? What? Should we try the spirit box thing? If the person's in here that touched me before I touched my arm again.
There's a mirror there.
Boo.
and it looks like we have lost the feed on the second floor where they just entered. That, interestingly enough, that is a camera that was pretty much set up first. And this is now just the second time it has gone out. So we'll see if we can get them back. I'm going to leave that mic open in case we do get them back. And they are currently fixing it. I love the fact that they can hear me. This is great. I actually feel listened to. Speaking of listening to, if you want to go back and listen to any old GhostBox from even years ago, you can go to the GhostBox Patreon for as little as $3 a month. There are episodes that predate Greg's time on AM 950 as well. Great stuff on there. Great interviews that really haven't even aged as either, because a lot of the things that he's talked about in those interviews are still going on today with many of those paranormal locations. So please check out GhostBox Radio Patreon, and that's as little as $3 a month. And we have lost that camera totally, and we will be getting that one back up here in just a few moments. While we are waiting for them to reconnect, let's bring you up to speed on a few of the things that has happened tonight. In hour one, we had Wade Kirby on from Nesper, and while he was on, Shar was up on the third floor, and they were both they were both reading the room. Well, Wade was reading the room from where he was out on the East Coast. Shar was in there, and everything was very much jiving. In the second hour, we had a lot more investigation. Ended up with a lot of terms and years that definitely coincide with the interior of the house, being from the 1400s up to the 1700s. And as folks you had just seen and heard when they were up on the third floor, plenty of information about the 1700s coming through, number of children that they think might still be there as well, and some very intelligent responses. So we're going to try and get these guys back up and running, hopefully as soon as we can. Let's see if we have them back yet. We do not. And it looks like we do not have them up yet. So, as we've discussed tonight too, this Pillsbury mansion, Pillsbury Club in Minneapolis, it's also the new home of the Minnesota Trolley Tours. So if you're going to want to see this place, which I suggest everyone should, go to Minnesota Trolley Tours website. book yourself a trolley tour, because not only they do paranormal ones, they also give great history of Minneapolis. They've also got a true crime one that is absolutely amazing to go on if you ever get the chance, and I highly suggest doing it, to go out there to the Minnesota Trolley Tours, and you'll be catching the trolley right here at the Pillsbury Club. So that's worth price of admission alone. We are currently almost through our 4-hour live extravaganza of the Pillsbury Club in Minneapolis for our ghost hunt. And again, if anybody happened to see anything on YouTube, Facebook, or hear anything, if you're listening on AM 950, please let us know if you heard anything. I've kept down a number of timestamps as well, and we'll also, myself and Greg, will be going back over the video and audio of all of this and bring to you next week anything extra we may have captured on video or on audio as well. And as we move a little bit closer, and until we can get them back, I figure we should do something maybe a little bit fun. I mean, it is Halloween. It's not always about, spooks and ghosts and things like that. Because if you're like me, you were very much a child in the 80s. And when you get the Ben Cooper masks and everything. So I've decided to go ahead and give you the top 20 costumes of the 1980s. These are based on sales from 1980 to 1989. They were Ghostbusters, E.T., which I definitely was the E.T. I had the Ben Cooper E.T. I did that. A lot of folks did Michael Myers, Freddy Krueger's, Jason Voorhees. We all knew that was going to happen in the 80s. I remember a lot of people scaring me dressed as those guys. Indiana Jones, Luke Skywalker, Princess Leia, Darth Vader, He-Man and She-Ra, the Smurfs, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Madonna, Michael Jackson, Prince, Cyndi Lauper, the band members of Kiss, but mainly Gene Simmons, and of course, Pac-Man and their ghosts, the Care Bears, Transformers, G.I. Joe soldiers, and Barbie and Ken. Those were the top 20 costumes of the 1980s. Now, if you think back to the 1980s and those costumes, well, the 1990s were not a whole lot different. So in the 1990s, kind of stayed the same way. When you went to movies, it was Ghostface, Power Rangers, things like that. And it looks like we have Greg back on. And yeah.
So
can you hear me? Okay, cool.
Absolutely. And thank you for doing such an amazing job covering and giving out some amazing facts and stuff. We were upstairs, and I think when we got up there, and I don't know if it has to do with me or just how things change, the edge wasn't there like it was. There were you could see when we were watching both Liz and Shar that there was like an edge to the energy up there. But when I was up there with them, it just seemed kind of flat, but we were getting REM pod responses up there. And through the spirit talker, one thing that came through was very specific, Adam, and that was 1870.
Wonder what happened in 1870.
Right?
It is very specific.
That's very specific. And it's just like, okay. And then Casper joined us upstairs. I don't know if you saw, that's the cat.
Yep, and we heard him meow as well. We had the audio up on you guys then.
And Casper is down here with us now. So yeah, it was pretty crazy. And it was certainly not what they were getting prior, but it was still fun to be able to excuse me, to be able to experience it a little bit.
The one where you went in? Yeah.
Oh goodness, there they are. We got them back, Adam. There.
I think it's you.
I don't blame. And
so is anybody down here that we were talking to upstairs? Do you need help still? Can you let me know if you're still? I am sitting.
What did it?
I see. Can you sit down with us? And tell me what you need. Or you want to talk about?
Can I
Thank you
can I
for
interrupt
letting us
for a
be
second?
here. It's been a pleasure to meet you. Greg wants to interrupt. Okay.
So Norman just handed us some pieces of paper. Their printer just started to print stuff off, and all it is on the top of the sheet. On the top of the sheet. Hold on, I'm gonna mute them since they're basically saying everything I'm saying. Let's see here. On the top of the piece of paper, it just says, I see, and then a second sheet that just says the same thing as well. So, what do you think, Adam? Should we call this officially haunted?
I think we're pretty close.
Pretty close. I don't know what it takes.
The only thing that what would make me go absolutely is I do want to see that door open, but that's a whole nother story. But yeah, that is interesting
We're working on it
because we have gotten responses throughout the night of, that it almost feels like the spirits in the house are almost a little shocked that you guys are aware of them.
Yeah, they do a little bit. Why don't we go ahead and do this? Let's go ahead, take our last break before our last segment of our show tonight. And when we come back, there's some other things I want to bring up to what they've been experiencing. So there's kind of some themes, I guess, that we could talk about here a little bit as well as folks, if I don't know what it takes to be able to get you all excited about this place, because the Pillsbury Club is legit. And it's also the home of the Minneapolis Trolley Tours, which if you take any of the trolley rides or you come out to visit the marketplace, you have the opportunity to see this place for yourself. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to GhostBox Radio on AM 950.
Twin Cities Con returns to the Minneapolis Convention Center for their 5th year, November 7th through the 9th. Twin Cities Con is a celebration of comics, toys, TV, film, art, cosplay, games, and all things nerdy. There's nothing like Twin Cities Con. It's also a family-friendly event where you can meet your favorite celebrities, browse the vendor hall and artist alley for the coolest merch, watch celebrity Q&As, and even more. Twin Cities Con is bigger and better than before. Come see from the Star Wars universe Ahmad Best, Rosario Dawson and Giancarlo Esposito, Brendan Fraser, and the cast of The Mummy, WWE Wrestling Hall of Famers Sting and Mick Foley, and the voice actors from the hit Disney series Phineas and Ferb, plus more guests to be announced. 3 days of action-packed fun in the heart of Minneapolis at the Minneapolis Convention Center. Tickets start at $50. Kids tickets are just $10 for the entire weekend. VIP tickets also available, including a 3-day weekend pass, plus some really cool VIP perks. More guests will be announced. Buy your tickets and get more information at TwinCitiesCon.com.
Greg Bakun here. I love historic tours of Minneapolis and seeing everything it has to offer. But if you know me, I like to include a little spooky in my tours, which is why I found the perfect combination. Minneapolis Trolley Tours does this amazing candlelight ghost tour that you have to check out. It's an extremely immersive experience. It's a trolley trip that starts out at a haunted mansion, traveling around Minneapolis locations, exposing ghost stories that the public and business owners would rather left untold. Then a tour of the aforementioned haunted mansion where ghosts of past residents from the 1800s reside, plus a lot of surprises to discover. Next, experience Gertrude's After Hours. Did I mention Gertrude is the mansion's most famous ghost? Maybe she'll show up. And you finish up the tour at Gertrude's Lounge in the haunted basement of the mansion with refreshments and Q&A. The trolleys are climate controlled and the mansion is restored to perfection. Check out MinneapolisTrolleyTours.com for more information.
And welcome back to GhostBox Radio on AM 950. My name is Greg Bakun. We are in the final segment of our massive, incredible Halloween spectacular. I was just talking with Chad and Angie, and I'm just like, there's no way this has been 4 hours already. This is really zoomed by. Adam, did you have a good time tonight?
Yeah, actually, during this past segment, I looked at the clock and realized that it was 10:30 and not 9:30. And it's like, oh, damn, we're almost done.
Well, and Deb took off early because she wanted to kind of watch the investigation. And that kind of threw me off because we were going to have her till 10, but it's all good. Get back to things. So I want to make sure I throw in there because it's this Sunday and I'm going to be out there and I can't wait. We're going to celebrate Minnesota music legend Paul Metza's. He's having his 70th birthday party with a special benefit concert for AM 950 radio. So for those who don't quite maybe fully understand, this is to benefit the station that I'm on right now, and it's very, very important. It's this Sunday, November 2nd at 7 p.m. at the Astor House in Minneapolis. Not that this is a selling point, but it's St. Anthony, Maine. That's going to be pretty haunted anyway. We're not doing anything there haunted-wise. We're going to enjoy a night of music, but, that's something to definitely think about. The evening doubles as a CD release party for Songs of Resistance and Respect, a 12-track collection of politically charged songs spanning 1984 to 2025. You can enjoy live performances featuring Cats Under the Stairs Trio, and Paul has a new Duluth-based backup singers, and the Tiltown Titanettes. That's all going to be Sunday. Dinner and drinks available from the full Astor House menu. And I've been to their restaurant before. The food is tremendous, actually. Go to am950radio.com. There you can get your tickets. Once again, it's for good cause. And Paul Metza has very kindly turned this into a benefit concert for our wonderful station. So if you like the shows that are on there, including ours,
yeah, you can go to the astorhouse.com for more tickets and information as well. Do want to admit that the food does not come with the ticket. So if you are going to order food while you're at the benefit concert, then you would need to order that separately. And it looks like we have froze Greg. I keep telling him it's him. That the spirits don't like around here. So we're gonna go see if we can find.
And that's to be expected.
Oh, there it is. There he is. Hi, Greg.
We just see that we disappear over here, and then we just figure that you're gonna kindly fill in and chat with us. As I was talking about Paul Metza's concert on Sunday. Once again, tickets are available through am950radio.com. Adam, this is just how it goes, isn't it? I mean, we're at a haunted location. We are on remote. I mean, this is just what happens and that's okay.
Yeah. And what I find amazing though is the second floor room with the chairs was the first camera that was set up all night. That's the one that has actually ended up screwing up the most, but it didn't start messing up until we started doing calls and response.
And it totally went down when we walked in. I mean, everything was fine. And then we sat down and it all that was it.
To me, it kind of felt like it was gathering energy to try and answer you guys.
Or just didn't want us in there. I don't know. It's hard to say, but it's been a fun night. I wasn't sure what to expect as far as paranormal activity. I knew we were going to get something. But Shar, is this a thumbs up sort of situation? A double thumbs up, or is one thumb up and one K2 up? It looks like so. No, this is pretty incredible. Before we finish up here, I just want to remind folks: join me on Monday on GhostBox Radio with Greg Bakun, Tim Rayborn on Monday. Tuesday we have Ben Penfold from Twin Cities Con. He's going to be joining us. Wednesday, Pat O'Keefe talking about Appalachian mountain curses, spells, just legends. I mean, all that stuff. Isn't that cool? That's going to be a lot of fun.
That's really neat. And growing up, I heard a ton of rumors and stories about Appalachian witches. Because,
right.
I grew up in Southeast Indiana. I wasn't too far from Kentucky to where the foothills of the Appalachians began. We heard all kinds of stories. I am so stoked for that one.
I got another topic that I want to talk about. I want to find someone who can talk to me about it. I saw a YouTube video on it, and it is soldiers who fought in the Civil War who had written about cryptids.
Okay, that would be so neat. That would be insanely cool because, we've even got, there's the very famous story of Teddy Roosevelt had a run-in with a Sasquatch but we didn't know what Sasquatch was at that point. The Patterson
Right.
film was still 40 years away from being recorded.
Absolutely. And that's the same sort of similar thing with this, the cryptids in these letters that document these soldiers who run into these entities, and they don't know how to describe them because they've never seen anything like that before. And we may have not seen them. Well, I mean, I have, but we may not have seen them as a collective person, but we know what we believe a Bigfoot, a Sasquatch, whatever we want to call them, looks like. Here, this is a truly uncharted territory.
And, you know, they had no reference to go off of either. So some of the descriptions might be, you know, almost, what's the best way to put it? Almost monstrous. I would expect some of those descriptions to be, because they really had nothing to compare it to.
Oh, totally monstrous. Because yeah, they and you know, so many times before they started to see these things in the flesh, literally, they had assumed, because a number of soldiers had disappeared, that they had assumed that it was the Confederates that had taken them, and it turned out to be what they called these mountain men.
Oh wow, yeah, that one's going to be fun. That we got to get that.
Now, Carol says, and we haven't seen Carol on here for a while, thanks for such an amazing night. Oh, Carol, thank you very much. Thank you for tuning in. And this is always a lot of fun. And every year, you know, it's just like, I can't imagine doing anything else on Halloween, to be honest. This is like a dream come true for me, at least.
Yeah, I'm too great for trick-or-treating. They know at this point that I'm not a kid. So yeah, this is the best thing to do.
Well, I mean, there's always a way to get candy. I mean, there is that, but
tomorrow's November 1st. All the fun size stuff will be on half price. So, you know,
right now, tomorrow is the big sales and stuff. And you know,
Spirit of Halloween home decor on the way.
Now, I don't know how much you talked about Halloween costumes or anything, because my question of the week was basically, what are you all dressing up as tonight? And it's so weird. You know, every week when I do question of the week on social media, people don't always seem to want to answer it. Like I got like 10 responses of just happy Halloween, Greg. I'm like, well, that's not the question. That's not even an answer to a question. Well, I appreciate the sentiment, but I want to know what you're dressing as for Halloween. And we had Shar, who you may have seen in such radio programs as tonight's program, that she when we had the Charvinity Fair a couple weeks back, she dressed as Alice in Wonderland, and that was a fantastic costume. And then really no one else shared what they dressed as. Liz over there dressed as a cat lady, and you dressed as, and you like a crazy. Now, were you crazy? Crazy? Nope, just a cat lady. I mean, some may argue that just means crazy. I don't know. Did you dress as that for work today then? Same robe? Did you update the robe at all, or was it the same kind of robe? Same robe. She had like attached like little plush cats to her robe because she was a cat lady.
Yeah, see, if you're gonna do it, you got to do it right and get a stuffed cat and swing it around like the Catwoman from Simpsons.
And speak garbled. Yeah.
Until you're Homer and you know you get the thinner curse, and that's the only time you can understand the woman.
I did watch Treehouse of Terror, the new one, finally today as I was getting ready. You know, it was okay.
Yeah, wasn't one of their better ones, but still very good.
Still enjoyable, and you were right about a couple things that you had said about that for sure. I mean, there were certainly definite undertones to that, all three stories. But you know, I mean, it's hard, and I can only imagine every year they decide that they are like they don't want to just replicate the one from that year. You know, they want to do something different. So, you know, they're not going to do like a story like the Babadook or something like that. Just so much so. But yeah, it was enjoyable. It was fine, and I'm enjoying, you know, going through them. And there's only been 4 new episodes this season, so I've only seen 2 so far. But now you're up to date, knowing how far I'm on the Simpsons' newest episode. So
I've only seen 2 of them as well, so we're good. I saw the Treehouse of Horror and then the episode that was on after that one. So I've only seen 2 of the 4 as well.
Yeah, no, and I don't know. When you get home tonight, I don't know if you're going home tonight or care. But if you do that, are you gonna watch something still Halloween appropriate tonight, or what's going on? I know you like to watch stuff when you get home.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if the Project Fear kids posted anything for today.
Yeah.
And try to spend another hour and a half or so looking at another spooky location from afar.
Well,
and apparently, speaking of spooky, we're getting the emergency alert system going off.
What's going on?
We're doing a emergency alert. I can hear it through my headphones.
Okay. I don't know if nothing came up through my phone or anything. Did you get an emergency alert at all? No. And we only ask because there is so many police cars and sirens when we were upstairs. It's just incredible. Yeah, no, I don't know.
Yeah, it sounded like the EMS, emergency, this station is, attest to the broadcast. That's what it sounded like in my headphones, but very low.
Very war. So let's see here. Dorothy says regarding Char's costume, when she saw it, Char looked amazing with that blonde hair. Carol says that my bright orange sweatshirt with a ghost on it said "too old for this." We're not even gonna play with this. Okay, we're gonna just err on the side of it's a take on a word. I'm not gonna even put myself in that sort of danger tonight. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna try our best to keep it all.
Yeah, let's not. We survived Deb. Let's not try anything else.
What do you mean? We didn't survive Deb.
Well, at least the on-air listening on AM 950 survived.
We did not survive Deb tonight.
I don't know about Facebook and YouTube. You didn't survive that, but the one that counts did.
Nope, we certainly did not over here. So that's funny.
The one that counts did.
Carol, that's funny. That sounds quite appropriate. And then with that, of course, I just want to quickly say, I know that because I helped put this together, that AM 950 will be putting out a number of tickets available to give away for different programs and stuff for Minneapolis or for the Twin Cities Theater. So make sure that you listen to all the great shows that we have on for your chance to win, including some will come our way to give away on GhostBox Radio as well. Spooky season for many are over. It never ends for us. That's the main thing. We are going to keep, giving you great episodes about paranormal. We're going to also bring in some true crime. We always talk about aliens. November, of course, we're going to have do something about JFK. You always got to do something about JFK in November. So, we got a lot of stuff And
yeah, November is going to be full.
Pretty much saying it's time for me to go. There we go. I was just saying, Adam, my internet keeps going down. I guess the house is saying go home.
Yeah, your internet's got to give us at least another minute or
time to go home, Greg.
But
we're so close. Come on, let us have this, please.
Before the spirits kick us out, just one more time. What a fabulous location, and another big thanks to John and Norman for allowing us in.
Yep, they've been very cool, and I have to also say regarding that printer that went rogue on Norman tonight, the IC, that has never happened before. So that's all new to as it happens tonight. So that worked out really pretty well, actually. Folks, we are running up to the end of the program tonight. I want to, as Adam just did, I also want to thank John and Norman, Minneapolis Trolley Tours. Once again, go to MinneapolisTrolleyTours.com. See the type of tour that's right for you, because there are so many different fun topics. Each one talks a little bit about Minneapolis in different ways, and it's a lot of fun. I want to also thank Shar and Liz for joining me tonight, Chad and Angie for all the support and help throughout tonight. Adam, of course, thank you very much. Really appreciate it. And boy, we've really had a great night, folks. It's only 11 p.m. If you're going out having fun, please be careful out there. Always be safe. We want to make sure that you're back Monday listening. Everyone, thank you very much. We are finishing up live from the Pillsbury Club. Everyone, have a fantastic weekend.
Hey, Minnesota, it's Brad Friedman, host of the Bradcast. You're listening to AM 950 KTNF, St. Louis.